Sun shining here at Martin Park in Wodonga, and it's the elimination final between the North Albury Hoppers, who finished the regular season in 4th position, 12 and 6, up against the Wangaratta Magpies, who finished in 5th position, 11th and 7. It is Blake Panda Escott with you. Luke Francis, Bobby Jackson. We'll take this opportunity now to welcome our O&M Snapprint Solutions TV guests as well. Hello to you on 2AY and Edge FM. Scotty Montgomery, boundary side for the Newmarket, with a pitch report down below. Monty?
Yeah, the ground looking in really good conditions, quite dry underfoot, which is surprising, quite firm still considering all the rain we've had this week. The ground's held up beautifully. Middle of the ground looks really good too. As Bobby J said earlier on, they had a roller on it yesterday just to flatten it out, and it's got pretty good grass coverage, so not an issue at all. Bit of a breeze, boys, but it's probably coming from the grandstand across towards the scoreboard, so heading towards the Wilson Street end, maybe a goal in it, but it's sort of a bit gusty more than a steady wind.
So just repeating the big news as well, Monty, there's a laid out for the North Albury Hoppers.
Yeah, James Pope has not come up from a bit of a calf issue, which we spoke about before, that he sort of looked like he was carrying that last week, so hasn't been able to get up, and he's gone out.
What about for the Wangaratta Magpies? We're just noticing that Brad Squid Melville has a fair bit of tape on his left calf, Monty.
He does, very heavily strapped, and him just trying to get up to full pace is taking him a little bit, so he's just kicking the footy now. He's got a bit of a grimace on the face, so that'll be interesting to see. If I'm playing on him today, I'm trying to run him everywhere. Well, maybe not me, but someone that's quicker than me.
I was about to say, Monty.
I wouldn't be running him too far, but if I'm one of the young, fit guys from North Albury, I'll be trying to run him around.
Don't speak for yourself. Bobby Jackson dominated yesterday on the 40-wing stat sheet. Who will we taking a look at today for both sides?
For North Albury, we're having a look at Benny Rigoni, Tim Broomhead, Julian Hayes, Archer Gardner and Jackson Wiedemann. Mr Kennedy. For Wangaratta Magpies, we're looking at Jackson Clark, Dan Sharrock, Squid Melville, Alex Federico, the Preston Prince, and also Big Knowles, who we're going to keep an eye on the ruckman today because he's in good form.
I can't help but think that coin toss is going to come just a little bit late, Monty. Do you want to explain why?
Why would that be?
Well, Julian Hayes, the captain, just
took off. He took off, but they haven't even asked their captains yet, but he did run off, and because the Albury boys are in the rooms, he went to the public toilets off to the side there, so didn't use the club rooms, he's straight off to the side of the public toilets.
Don't see that too often.
Not very often at all.
It is the last chance to get what you need to get done. So well done to Julian, who was, of course, the vice captain, the acting captain for the North Albury Hoppers today. Bobby Jackson.
That's quite funny. The umpire's actually looking for Hazy now. Is that right, Monty?
They're calling him for now, but Hazy's over here. He's having a kick in the lane work, so they're coming forward now, Jackson Clark and Julian. So we'll be able to get the toss of the coin and get that underway in 3 minutes from the bounce, boys.
Speaking of Jackson Clark, Monty, 6 goals last week. Where do you think he'll split his time today?
Oh, got to play forward. He's got to play at least 70% forward, I would have thought. With the big Tilly not playing, I'd be playing him as forward as much as we can and hope the rest of the midfielders get the job done.
Stay with it, Monty. You've got the coin toss between the two captains.
Yep, they're shaking hands now. Jules, I hope he washed them after he used those public toilets, but young Tommy Lockhart gets the pleasure of tossing the coin. One of the better umpires, young kid, and Jackson Clark has won it, and we'll kick to the Pierce Street end, boys.
So opposite to the breeze?
Yeah, well, it's sort of coming across the ground more so than favouring an end, but I would have thought I would have gone the other way. But anyway, he obviously knows something I don't.
So North Albury will kick to the hospital end of Martin Park, the Wilson Street end, and the Magpies will kick to the Pierce Street end. The umpires today, Ash Broughton, one of the best in the business, Tommy Lockhart, who did the coin toss, and Jaden Taylor-Perkins taking care of you today. Blake Panda Escott with you, and Luke Francis for McRae Motors, Bob Jackson for 40 Winks, and Scotty Montgomery for the Newmarket Hotel. 4 changes for North Albury. Angus Crelly comes in for his first game since round 13. Cooper McIntosh, Jack King comes in for his second game of the year, and Ben Rigoni, the Morrison medalist, in after missing a couple of weeks with an knee injury. Out is Don Brew, Josh Minogue out with that ankle injury, Riley Smith and Kieran Duncan. The Magpies have made the one change. Michael Boardington in and Paddy Wright out. Monty, who wins for you and why?
I'm going to go the Hoppers by a goal. Just I just feel their midfield might just be a little bit too classy today.
Bob Jackson?
Yeah, I'm with Monty. I'm going to go the North Albury Hoppers. I think they'll win a tight one.
Luke Francis?
Yeah, North Albury for me, Panda. 2 points, nothing in it. I think the game will be decided by goal-kicking accuracy. What about yourself, mate?
I think North Albury just as well.
Yep.
Just in an absolute thriller. I think it'll be under a goal. I think it'll go right down to the wire, and they'll play another thrilling game like they did against the Myrtleford Alpine Saints last week. Monty, you've gone against your tip that was on Facebook and Instagram, my friend.
Yeah, I just did that one just to keep everyone happy so that we all didn't tip North Albury. I knew you wouldn't change it up. You're normally the one that does that.
I am normally the one that changes, and I usually get a text message from Lee Williams pretty quick going, why did you change your tip on 5 Minute Fridays?
Yeah, because that's what you really mean, isn't it? No one listens to the pod, is that what you're saying?
Exactly right. No one listens to the podcast. So both sides going into their respective positions. Monty, it just looks like Tim Broomhead's walking down with the defenders.
He is, yes, going down with Jamie Mooney. It looks like Wiedemann, who he tipped to play at centre-half back, he's going to start in the ruck too, boys. So a bit of something different.
And Jamie Mooney looks like he's going to go and play in defence. So he's not going to start in the ruck, and he looks like he's going straight to Matt Hayden, is Jamie Mooney. And the big job on Xavier Laverty has gone to Harry Weaven, which is not a bad option because he usually last year took the #1 defender. Do or die for the Hoppers and the Magpies here on O&M Live. It's Luke Francis for A-grade oils and batteries.
And away we go in the elimination final. Federico gets the first clean possession. They go inside forward 50. Laverty at the front. Flingard knocked it away. Here's Gotchling for the Maggies. And they swing it wide of the pocket. O'Keefe back inside to Hayden. Matt, good handball, back to Federico. Winner tried to get him. Ball bobs up in the air. Gotchling goes again. Federico busy to O'Keefe. Good strong tackle in the pocket. O'Keefe again. Laverty. Flingardner. And he just barrels it out for the Hoppers. Trying to get it off defensive lines. Melville gets it out the back of the contest. Now here's Chris Knowles. He takes the mark. A true centre-half forward for the Maggies. Try to pick up wide side Tua. Penny on him. They fight away for it. Jack lost the ball at ground level. They go again. And we'll get a stoppage just on the arc, favouring the Pierce Street end.
Played a minute, even though the clock says 6 seconds. So I might get you to get the stream up, Lukey Francis, in a second if we can, because we've got no time clock here at Martin Park. As the Magpies went out the back of the stoppage, Hayden, hurried kick off the right boot into the pocket. Floating across and taking a wonderful mark is Tyler Norton, and he will line up in the right forward pocket for the Wang Magpies.
And they're quick to let Timmy know that that's his man. He didn't quite defend hard enough there, Timmy Broomhead, so need to go harder through the contest, but really good from Wangaratta. What a hot start they've had. They've had all the ball at the moment. They've been able to link up by hands, get the ball inside 50 a couple of times and have a couple of looks. Had
an outstanding year, has Tyler Norton, averaging 18 disposals, playing pretty much everywhere. He will feature very high in the Wang Magpies best and fairest will Tyler Norton. First shot of the game. I reckon it just sneaks in. It does. First blood to the Wang Magpies. One straight 6 to the Hoppers. Yet to score. We've played a minute and a half for A-grade oils and batteries.
Super important, the clearance game today. Wang Magpies, a very good stoppage team with Knowlesy winning first touch on the footy and giving Federico and the like first use of the footy, and that was no different there. And Tyler Norton just floating forward off his hard tag on Broomhead and taking the mark inside 50.
Beautiful conditions here at John Flower Oval, Martin Park. Good crowd in, Scotty.
Yeah, it's not too bad. It's really starting to build up around the Can Bar and the Canines. Really starting to fill up, and the hill to the right of the broadcast position as well is really starting to get some numbers around it. And there's a lot down watching the netball as well, so it'll be interesting to see what the total number ends up being.
Okay, back in the middle, reset. Gotchling came through his winter, picks it up from ground level to Campbell, then on to Penny, short to Broomhead. So Tim on that right boot. Look at that for a kick to Jack Reynolds. And he's loading up now, Jack. He pops it in, looking for Nathan Dennis. Taylor takes the mark, drifting back. And Leighton, he's a real confidence player, Scotty, and this would do him the world of good if he could kick this one.
Absolutely, but what about that run from Timmy Broomhead off half-back? We talk about his work rate when he's getting this hard tag. That's what we want to see from him, and great use from Reynolds to find Taylor inside 50. Just needs to go back and put this one through. Probably aim at the left goalpost, I reckon, boys.
It was just a pocket of space, wasn't it, Monty? It wasn't a lead. He was just in a nice bit of space.
Yep, and that's what that little chip kick can do sometimes. Just finds little pockets of space.
Leighton Taylor trying to square the ledger for the Hoppers. He'll strike it from 48 out. That one away to the right. It wasn't a great kick at all. Hands go up from Murphy. Ball across the line. So that's the first score for the Hoppers. 6 plays 1. 6 plays 1. Maggie's up on the steel line scoreboard.
Like that one again with Leighton Taylor. Just off the right part of the boot. Kicking duties from Brad Melville. Oh, made Gotchling work for it, who had to dive down low. Did Hunter. Just want to see this kid get a good run at it, Monty. He's been riddled with injury.
He has. He's just a class act when he's playing. But, yeah, we just love to see him play 18 full games, wouldn't we?
Barrett on to Jet Roberts. My man, spoke about him a few weeks ago. Hugs the boundary line looking for Laverty. Good fist from behind from Harry Weaven. He can pop it over the top here, flack to Broomhead, who's usually good in these situations. His kick was a bit of a grub at a half forward. Reynolds' hand pass missed Gardner. The Magpies win it back on centre wing. Reynolds is first there. Tackling him was Federico, and we'll have a ball up on true centre wing in front of the grandstand. We played 4 minutes for NZ Albury. Magpies 6-1 goal to Nyla Norton, and the Hoppers one behind.
We go to Bob Jackson on the 40-wing stat sheet. What do you got for us, Bobby?
Preston Prince, Federico's made a hot start. He's had the 3 touches nice and early.
Here's Norton. He wants to square one up to centre half back. Picks up Ellis. So Fraser, 40 out from their own defensive goal. He wants the corridor. He wanted to get Sharrock or Dan. Nui took it in. Flack, beautiful. Off to Penny. Short one to Isaac Campbell. They're 60 out the green and gold. They're kicking towards the hospital end. They go towards the pocket. The whiz kid Murphy, front spot, knocked away from Bordignon. Gee, what a battle that's going to be, Scotty.
Absolutely, and I'll say it every week. He's one of my favourite players, I reckon, Michael Bordignon. No frills, just gets the job done in the air and at ground level as a key defender against the best forwards every week.
I can't help but think that isn't how Josh Murphy wants the ball delivered to him. Where Michael Bordignon can get a fist to it. Wiedemann pushes Knowles out of the ruck, goes back out of the stoppage from Reynolds, so can have a flying shot at goal, goes to the goal square. Dennis got 2 hands to it. Umpire said play on. The Magpies sweep it up off half-back. Waitai Tua goes down the line, finds Jackson Clark, and the Magpies are out of trouble at half-back. He goes inboard. And here's Harry Smart, who spent 6 weeks in Europe in the middle of the year. His kick, though, almost turned over to Reynolds. Good hands from Federico, and the Magpies are away through Gotchling.
Here he goes, Hunter. Long to the goal square. Tweedale out the back. Mooney at the front. Jamie's gone. Tweedale's got him. No prior opportunity. Umpire takes a great decision. 15 out at the Pierce Street end.
How good was that transition footy there from the Magpies? Just went bang, bang, got it deep to a dangerous one-on-one.
Wiedemann, back to Mooney. Beautiful ruck work. Here goes Campbell, who's been prominent in the first term. Knowles down low, ball heading towards the chalk. 60 around from goal at the Pierce Street end. We'll go back to you, Bobby, for 40 wings.
3 early inside 50s for Wangaratta Magpies. They're really clean through the middle of the ground and giving their forwards first options.
So a boundary throw in on the Les Cheesley side of Martin Park. 6 plays 1. Magpies with the first goal here for A-grade Alls and Batteries. Gotchling, good hands back, and the Magpies kick it long to the top of the goal square again. Weaven in front position, playing off Xavier Laverty, and he takes an intercept mark for the Hoppers. He doesn't mind flying for those, Monty, does Harry Weaven.
Yeah, he backs himself in, doesn't he? He takes his kicks on as well, even though he doesn't normally get his licence from Timmy Brown.
That kick, though, almost killed Kane Flack. He showed brilliant courage, and he bounced straight back up. He was crunched the other way. Here come the Hoppers through Campbell off half-back. Kick, though, asks a lot of Foster Gardner. He can play on. He can kick to Josh Murphy if the ball can sit for him. Murphy's going to kick a goal. Transition footy at its best from the Hoppers. Straight down the guts of Martin Park. Put that down to the courage of Kane Flack at half-back. The Hoppers 7, the Magpies 6.
Yeah, how good is that? And especially that finish from Foster Gardner, just to get it out in front of the big Josh Murphy, and he was able to finish. But that kick, as you said, Kane Flack went back with absolutely reckless abandonment for his own safety, but was able to get a hand on it, and the North Albury Hoppers went from there. Very
much against the flow. Inside 50s have been to the Wangaratta Magpies' favour, and a quick turnover and biting off through the middle of the ground is the shortest way home here at Martin Park, and Scotty Montgomery hit the nail on the head there. Fast ball movement through the centre.
Yeah, so the first goal to the Maggies through Tyler Norton, and the first one of the Hoppers through Josh Murphy. 7 plays 6. The Hoppers up by 1 point thanks to Steerline. Back in the centre, Knowles, nice work, got it down to Hunter Gotchling. Left foot, he drives it forward for the Maggies. We even got a fist to it. Now here's Laverty, he picks it up. He handballs out the front. Waitai Tua claimed in a tackle by Duncan. Brings him down, does Kieran. Strong, and we'll have a stoppage. 60 out from goal. Pierce Street end. As the sun breaks through again, John Flair Oval, Martin Park. Umpire looking for nominations. Knowles and Wiedemann. Federico, beautifully done to Melville. He's got that left calf heavily strapped, and he kicks it out to bounds on the full. Laverty right into the fence bender.
He almost went into the car park, Monty.
Yeah, that's it.
The way he leaps, I'm surprised he didn't jump over the people on the fence there.
Can't help but think Brad Melville is nowhere near 100%. Weaven out of defence for North Albury, bit of a sidewinder. First there was Barrett, meeting the football was McIntosh on to Penny. The Hoppers take a bounce at half-back. They're going to go straight down the corridor to Josh Murphy, playing in front in Bordignon. Wiedemann's first there as the ball gets out the back. He's got no one inside 50. A vacant goal square. Wiedemann takes a flying shot from 45, and it fades to the left. The Hoppers 1-2-8 to the Magpies 1 straight 6. We've played 8 minutes for NZ. All that on the Steerline scoreboard.
Marjanovic, back pocket for the Wang Magpies. 11-7 in the home and away season. finishing 5th on the ladder. The North Albury Hoppers, 12-6 in the regular season. 4th on the O&M table. Down the line they come. Weaven was winding up from the back. Federico at the front. Craven. Jasper goes with the right foot. Snap around his body. Rolling. And this ball finds the chalk on the arc of the 50. We'll go down to Scotty, thanks to the Newmarket.
It's really end-to-end footy at the moment, isn't it? Any team that has it from half back, they've been able to get it, transition it well, and get it inside 50 very dangerously here. So I'm sure both teams want to put a few more defensive mechanisms in place to stop that.
8.5 gone for NZ, opening term for A-grade oils and batteries. 1 goal apiece here in the elimination final. Always my favourite day. Oh, the tap from Tweedale was beautiful. Xavier Laverty's taken 2 candies. Oh, he almost kicked one of the goals of the year. Monty, he's going to get a free kick anyway.
Yeah, it was against Jack Penny there. Just pushed him as he went to kick. He's straight in the middle of the back. So really good decision there from umpire Broughton, who was right on the spot. And Xavier Laverty will go back and try and put this one through. Slightest of angles, boys, about 35 out.
Stat that's starting to stand out already, Monty, is that clearance and stoppage work for Wangaratta Magpies already. They're up to 6-2 in favour of the Magpies, so that's an area of concern for the North Albury Hoppers.
He showed some serious candy, did Xavier Laverty, on 2 occasions. He was lining up for a serious goal. He's got a free kick and a set shot from a pretty safe distance, 25 metres out, slide angle, and he kicks it. It holds the line. Xavier's got his first, and the Magpies got their second. 2 straight 12 to the Hoppers, 1-2-8. We've played 10 minutes for NZ, opening term for A-grade oils and batteries.
Really good there from Wangaratta, as Bobby touched on their clearance numbers at the moment, and we spoke about it pre-game. Knowlesy's work in the ruck is going to be so pivotal for the result of this game, and he started the game red hot. So North Albury needed this tighten up a little bit around the stoppages, I feel.
Just some real deft tap work at the moment. He's just the ball's not travelling any further than a metre away, and they're just getting their running patterns perfect, those stoppages. Bob
Jackson on the 40-wing stats. Scott Montgomery, boundary side for the Newmarket Hotel. And Blake Escott and Luke Francis calling for McRae Motors. Back in the middle again. Let's have a look. Knowles got first use of it. Gotchling down low. Winter got it out. Coming through was Penny. Here's Rigoni. Ben, and he's going to send it forward for the green and goal. Look at that for delivery into Murphy. That was A-grade, Scotty.
Absolutely, and Ben Rigoni, who have missed so much footy this year, just has absolute class, doesn't he? The way he was able to roll around there, and I'll tell you what, it's going to be a hard day for Michael Bording. Delivery like that's coming inside 50 to Josh Murphy on a lead, who is so hard to stop.
Yeah, so good, Bobby, to have Ben Rigoni back in this team.
Oh, he's crucial, and I feel as though Josh Murphy on the lead, I don't think anyone against him would come close.
An elite body and paint player of the day for the North Albury Football Club. So Josh Murphy looking at his second in the elimination final. We've gone over 11 for NZ, and he kicks it behind. So 1 goal 1 from Mr. Murphy. At the moment, the Hoppers trail 12-8. 12-9, I should say, on the still on scoreboard.
So they've missed 2 set shots, as Lukey Francis spoke about pre-game. That goal accuracy will be pivotal in this elimination final, and the Hoppers have missed 2 gettable ones. The ball is right in front of our commentary position here as Caden Winter is wrapped up in a big tackle on centre wing. So we've gone 11 and a bit minutes. Goals to Laverty and Norton for the Magpies, and 1 to Murphy for the Hoppers. Knowles tapped it out the back of the stoppage. Peppers Campbell onto Winter, and Penny's getting busy for the Hoppers. Kicks it long off a step. Murphy's got 2 to beat. Coming across with a big fist was Brad Melville. Didn't muck around, punched it over the line for a boundary throw-in. And we'll have a thrown back in 30 metres around from Hopper goal. Panda Escott with you for the McRae Motors, and Luke Francis. We also have Scott Montgomery for the Newmarket and Bobby Jackson for 40 Winks.
Elimination final day in the Ovens and Murray. 1494 2AY and 102.1 Edge FM. And of course, a live stream thanks to Snapprint Solutions. Hope you're enjoying the action. Here's Federico. Winter claims him. And the umpire is going to take it. So deep in the pocket, hospital end, just in front of the can bar. Man in green trying to sort them out. Many players at the contest. Let's have a look down there. Murphy and a wrestle with Knowles. Nice work from Flack. Rigoni swings it around his body. Tries to centre it back. Melville got a hand to it. Wiedemann out the front. Rigoni, he's been busy. Sharrock shifted him off the ball. Quick kick up in the air. Flack's got it. Federico's got him. Brings him down in a strong tackle. 45 out from the hospital end.
Monty, any matchups you're noticing for the Newmarket?
Nah, not many. Obviously, Weaven's got the big task down here on Laverty. Mooney's just sitting there as a spare at the moment.
Knowles grabbed it out of the ruck and pushed Murphy out of the way with strength. Kicks it to the middle of the ground. Wide tie to a evaded one. And here come the Magpies with pace down the wing. 1-on-1 inside forward 50. Tweedale works to the front. Had to hold that mark. He did all the right work and failed to hold onto it. Hopper's defence under pressure. Clark's down there. Wide tie to who started it all at half back. Reynolds wraps him up. And we'll have a stoppage at half forward for the Wangaratta Magpies. 12 plays 9, 2 goals to 1. Magpies up on the Steel Line scoreboard. 13 gone for NZ.
How have you seen the first term so far, Scotty?
Yeah, it's really fast footy, boys, going end-to-end. Not a lot of stoppage work. It's all end-to-end sort of stuff, free-flowing footy.
Scott Montgomery for the Newmarket Hotel. Here's Marjanovic, and he just hacks it forward. Will it get over the back? Good mark from King. He holds up. Sends it out wide to Campbell.
That's 2 in a row now. Josh Tweedale's got to be so much stronger in the contest. You know, can't let Jack King push you out of the way like that in the first one. Got the hands up with the highest point, but just needs to be a lot better.
Caden Winner, such a tenacious player. Looking for Rigoni. I don't think he knew it was intended for him. Here's Hayden for the Maggies. So turn defence into attack. Into Clark they go. That was wonderful.
How good was that from Dan Sharrock, just to be able to close his eyes and drop. A lot of people just bombed from that position, but was able to find Jackson Clark, and we know how good a kick this kid can be. I reckon he'll put this one through post high, boys.
So the Maggies looking at their third goal of the elimination final. This man here is an A-grade jet, can really play the game, Jackson Clark. And when he's hitting the scoreboard, the Maggies walk so much taller. Jackson, he'll strike it from 50 out, Pierce Street end. 45-degree angle, and it's sailing left. Will it get the distance? It might be out of bounds. It is. We'll have a boundary throw in the pocket, Pierce Street end.
That kick from Dan Sharrock. All class, Monty.
Yeah, and they've missed that for half the year, didn't they? They really love him playing, so fantastic work. That vision just is absolute class.
Inside 50 numbers, Bobby J.
Yeah, I was just about to tap you on the shoulder there, Panda. 9-4 in favour of the Wangaratta Magpies, so heavily to the right of that screen.
First term for A-grade oils and batteries. Still deep in Wang Magpies attack. Winter getting busy onto McIntosh. He's got a bit of time and space out of defence for North Albury. Kicks to no one. Vacant ball on centre wing. Ellis cleverly tapped it back to Barrett, and here come the troops to the Magpies. Melville, good kick. Half forward, it's marked by Hayden, sliding down. He plays on straight away. He likes it option deep. It's Laverty out the back. He had 2 to beat. The Hoppers converge. Gotchling picks it up, right foot snap on goal. It's touched on the line by Darcy Cullen, who gets a little bit of argy-bargy work for no particular reason from Xavier Laverty. And it's through for a minor score. 13 plays 9, 4-point lead to the Magpies. They're peppering the goals, Monty, for the Newmarket.
They are. Every time they get it in there, they're getting a shot on goal. So they just need to make sure they take their chances. We saw yesterday, if you don't take your chances early, come back to bite you.
We're doing the first term for A-grade oils and batteries. There's Julian Hayes coming from the fullback position, very wide to Penny. Oh, gee, that's a bad error coming out of defence, Scotty.
Yeah, absolutely. You don't want to give it back to Wangaratta in a dangerous position like this, and with how they've been going around the stoppages, you'd think that they're probably odds on to win this one.
Boundary throw in, 60 out, Pierce Street end. Tweedale and Mooney. Norton in close. Marjanovic down low. Tyler, nice work to get it out the back. They're going in again, the Maggies. O'Keefe caught at the back, Laverty in front, whistle.
No, it's against O'Keefe, a little shove in that marking contest, so it'll be a free kick to Julian Hayes.
So Julian, what a key defender he is. Of course, part of the O&M rep team. And here he goes with a long kick to the outer side. Beautiful, trying to find Mooney. He couldn't take it in. Right of centre wing. We'll have a boundary throw-in on the far side.
Mooney's probably got to mark that footy, Monty.
Yep, that's 2 in a row now. Exiting defensive 50, North Albury have dropped it over the boundary line and given Wangaratta a chance to do what they do best, and that's clearance work.
Tweedale palms it down to no one. Gardner, first time we've called his name today. That's Archer. He's wrapped up in a strong tackle by Hunter Gotchling. Such a barometer for North Albury is Archer Gardner. Likewise for the Magpies is Hunter Gotchling. Winter, clearing kick finds Kieran Duncan. Here's where it can open up for North Albury. Kick wasn't great looking for Taylor. Rigoni out the back has a couple to beat. All this happening at Hopper inside 50. Dennis ripped off the footy. Probably should have been holding the ball. Foster Gardner, he's clever in these situations. Dummies, sits it to the top of the goal square from behind. Punching is Wiedemann. Taylor, there's a whistle and a free kick for a chop of the arms going to the way of Matty Grossman for the Wang Magpies on the last line of defence. 13 plays 9. Maggie's up by 4. Steel Line scoreboard opening term.
And they work it to the broadcast side. Ellis to Melville. Isaac Campbell mans the mark. Melville comes out. Clark. Oh, she nearly took it. Now here's King pouncing on it. Flack. Kane weaving around his court. O'Keefe's got him, holding the ball. So he just took too long with the Kane. Will O'Keefe on to Clark. So the Maggies going into attack. Laverty 2-on-1. Flynn Gardner went back. Well done. Just to spoil the ball and not give away the free kick, Scotty.
Yeah, absolutely. He did a really good job there not to touch him front on and bring the ball to ground level. And yeah, a little bit of argy-bargy over the boundary again, boys.
Magpies, who have kicked 2 goals to 1. They've owned the territory here in this opening quarter. Ball out to hit the ground from the throw-in. King was tackled heavily by Max Bean, who's kept his spot in the line-up from last week. The Murray Bushranger Max didn't get a game yesterday as the Murray Bushrangers ran down to the Dandenong Stingrays. Knowles inside forward 50. Craven was pushed off the footy. Doesn't matter for Jasper. Snapping on goals of beauty. The Magpies look on. 3-1-19 to the Hoppers, 1-3-9. All that on the Steel Line scoreboard.
Again, another goal that's come from a stoppage win up the ground. So they just got to try and tighten up a little bit around the stoppages, I feel, North Albury. How good a craft was that but by Jasper Craven. Really, really big goal kicker. We saw that in the season opener where he was able to hit the scoreboard 4 times. He's so dangerous around those goals.
Yeah, Monty, to back up that statement, the stoppage around the ground, it's 2-1 in favour of the Wang Magpies, so they've really got some dominance, and Knowlesy's actually started to get some real clean possessions away. He's had 5 for 40 winks.
Yeah, they got 3 on the board, the Maggies. The Hoppers just 1, so 19 plays 9. The black and white up over the green and gold in the elimination final. We're in the first term. We've almost gone 20. Firenze. Back in the middle, Wiedemann and Knowles. Federico, look at him. Oh, bounces beyond. Roberts, his Gotchling to Federico. To Harrison Smart. Wiedemann's got him, so to Winter. Ball clamped in, not coming out of there. The umpire to take it again. So just on the fringe of the square, favouring the hospital ends. Umpire trying to sort out the stoppage. Wiedemann up high, fantastic fist. Crelly, Angus at the bottom, the former Leeton Crow, and you'll throw it back to the umpire. And again, we'll have another break in play.
20 minutes played for NZ in the opening term. Panda and Lukey with you for McRae Motors. Knowles getting busy. Gardner, Archer. And we have another stoppage as the Magpies pounce on him. Right on the point of the square, just favouring North Albury. Wiedemann getting up high. Norton tackled, and we'll have another stoppage. Monty, it's tight in the clinches for the Newmarket.
It is, and that's finals footy, isn't it? Both teams need to just make sure they can handle it and keep going with it and don't drop off at all, because otherwise the other team will be able to score quite easily.
Gee, Federico's a good player. Look at him. Down low, fighting away. Wiedemann quickly on the boot, just hacks it forward. Grossman, that was a wonderful pickup. Bursting out of the back line, managed to get it on his boot. Craven, nice control. And then goes to Ellis. Well, Fraser slipped over. Flack nearly had him turned over. Winter goes in for the green and gold. Grossman sitting back there, as he usually does. Reads it so well. And the black and white hold up. He wants to shift it right out wide to Whiteside Tour, just under the scoreboard, which reads 19-9. The Maggies up. Thanks to Steel Line. Ball on the far side, out of bounds, left of centre wing. We'll go to you, Bobby, thanks to 40 Winks.
Yeah, we spoke about Squid Melville's calf in the warm-up. He's had 7 touches for 40 winks in his first quarter, so the remnants of a sore calf isn't quite there. He's actually getting plenty of touches of the footy.
Something wrong with the ball, Monty. Is it slippery? Because there are so many drop marks in this opening quarter.
No, I think it might be just that bit of a breeze across the ground, just sort of taking it on him late, I feel.
Because Tyler Norton dropped a sitter out there as this boundary throw-in was forced upon. And we have another stoppage out on the far side. Les Cheesley side of the John Flower Oval. Of course, cricket season only about 6 weeks away. Our man Bobby J will be in the thick of the action.
I'll try.
Of course, coach of his beloved Wodonga Bulldogs in the cricket Albury Wodonga this year. Another ball up. Wiedemann does well. Reynolds dropped the hand pass. Roberts grabbed the footy and said, bugger this, I'm going to kick it long and high into the middle of the ground. Mooney in a tussle with Bean. Mooney was clean at ground level for a big fella. Flack goes to Flynn Gardner. Goes by hand now to Julian Hayes. This is good pressure from the Wang Magpies. A big sweeping handball from Hayes. Finds Flack. It's a dangerous switch looking for King. Well done there from Hayden. The Magpies win it back at half forward. Tua goes back to Craven. King grabs him. Mooney grabs it for the Hoppers and they punt it to half forward.
Gee, King's defending well. Now here goes Foster Gardner. He breaks away, low ball. Look at that for delivery. Picking up Nathan Dennis, about 40 out on an angle, just adjacent of the scoreboard.
Yeah, massive win there at half-back for the Hoppers there. The Wang boys just needed to get it over the boundary line once they had possession, but weren't able to, and really good juice going inside 50 from Gardner, and Dennis needs to make sure he goes back and takes his chance here.
So they trail by 10 points at the moment. This would bring it back to 4. Nathan Dennis, it's a really tough angle. He'll kick this one from 50 out. Hospital will end on the far side. Let's have a look. He gets onto it. He's made sweet contact, but it's to the far side and through for 1 minus score. So 19 plays 10. 19 plays 10. The Wang Maggies up over the North Albury Hoppers on the steel line scoreboard.
What are the stats showing us, Bobby? Because ironically, the Hoppers have had 1 more scoring shot than the Wang Magpies. It doesn't feel like they've had more of the game, though.
No, you're exactly right. 11 to 8 inside 50s to Wangaratta Magpies. Favour there suggests that you're right there, Panda, and also the stoppage around the ground. The Wang Magpies are well in control there as well.
Here they have it on the broadcast wing. Big pack at half forward. Flynn Gardner comes across to impact for the Hoppers. And we have a boundary thrown right in front of Scott Montgomery. 1 goal for North Albury, the Monty. I feel like they'll want a few of those shots back on goal.
Absolutely. It's a bit like yesterday for Lavington. They just weren't able to take advantage. As I said, I feel like the wind's probably just going that way, maybe a goal in it. But yeah, they'd be really like a couple of these shots back.
Wiedemann, this ball heading back towards the chalk. Smart, spun around by Foster Gardner. Well done. Just to take him out of play. And the umpire again will take it. We'll have a boundary throwing right in front of our broadcast spot. Bob Jackson, 40-wing stats. Panda Escott for McRae Motors, and of course Scott Montgomery for the Newmarket boundary side. Let's have a look here. Foster Gardner after it, so smart, came off his boot, and again, it's going to roll over the chalk. Rightio, Bobby. We'll grab our inside 50s, thanks to 40 Winks opening turn.
Inside 50s, 11 to Wangaratta and 8 to North Albury.
I just feel like Monty's Jackson Wiedemann in the last 5 minutes is doing a very good job in the ruck.
Yes, he's just trying to get up and punch it now. He's not worrying about this tap work, he's just trying to get it as far forward as he can and just get over the top of Knowlesy.
Reynolds gets a handball received, straightens up to the top of the goal square. Great defensive mark, Cam Barrett. Got in front of Nathan Dennis and took a wonderful intercept for the Wang Magpies. Hoppers moved that beautifully out of the stoppage. Deep in defence here is Waitai Tua. The bright orange boots for Waitai. He's in front of the scoreboard in the back pocket. He's going to punt it down the far wing. Oh, Norton rose high. Wasn't able to take the mark. We have a boundary throw in, far side. It's fair to say this game hasn't lived up to amazing heights in the early stages, Bobby Jackson. It's a bit of a grind at the moment for 40 Winks.
No, you're exactly right. And I can't help but back up what Monty said there before in regards to Jackson Williams rucking. I think they want to play a low stoppage game, North Albury, and get the ball out in space.
Here goes Federico on the boot. Flack sitting out the back of the stoppage. One king off the play. Takes the mark. Of course, Murder for the Sainers with a terrific win yesterday at Barton Park over Lavington in the qualifying final. And today in the elimination final at quarter time, it is the Wang Maggies leading 3-1-19 over the North Albury Hoppers 1-4-10. This is O&M Live, and remember, on O&M Live, you will not miss a thing.
Adroit Insurance and Risk, your local insurance advisor, able to tailor insurance programs to support your business.
And we're proud to support our local community.
I reckon I'll go mid. Carlton Drive 3.5. Embrace the mid.
What's your future look like? Where do you want to be? Whatever it looks like, with GoTAFE, you've got this. Get real skills for real jobs and careers right now. Search GoTAFE today.
The new Nissan Navara has landed at McRae Nissan with a tougher, more rugged design, Nissan intelligent mobility, advanced off-road capabilities, and a host of on-road refinement. Test drive one today at McRae Nissan.
The Ovens and Murray Football League is proudly sponsored by Opal. Thinking packaging? Discover Opal.
With Optus Home Internet, you get more yes. Whoa. Which means less family screen time and more harmony with powerful Wi-Fi. Ooh. Get the Ultra Wi-Fi modem at no extra cost.
Welcome to Sundancer Homes. We make building your dream home exciting and stress-free. Backed by over 30 years of experience, one of many reasons why we provide a lifetime structural guarantee. Visit our information centre at Dean Street, Albury.
This goes out to all the runners, the racers, the chasers, out of the box and primed for the show. On your marks, get set. Running too late. Being first out the gate. Get the fit you need. The athlete's foot. Fit for every run.
Every day we look after our family first. We go on adventures, we entertain with them, we care for them. Tobin Brothers Funerals will look after your family too. With a fixed price funeral plan, you can be assured your family won't be burdened by the cost of your funeral. Tobin Brothers are a trusted name since 1934 and take pride in creating funeral solutions. Tobin Brothers Funerals, Wodonga and Corowa.
Built here for out there. Jayco Albury Wodonga.
Bit of cloud cover now over John Flyour Oval in the elimination final. Is the Wangaratta Magpies with a 9-point lead, a quarter that they had the momentum with. 3-1-19 to the North Albury Hoppers, 1-4-10. Went begging with a couple of set shots on goal. Blake Panda Escott with you. To the right of me is Lukey Francis and Bobby Jackson as well. We'll get down to Monty soon. Bobby J, what lit up your 40-wing stat sheet? But first, C&L Shower Screens and Wardrobes caught us best from the opening term.
From the opening term, I've got the Preston Prince, Alex Federico. He was the main mover, I suppose, around the stoppages for the Wang Magpies. He had the 8 touches for 40 winks in the first quarter. And for the North Albury Hoppers, it was a bit of an even effort all the way across, but I thought Mr. Kennedy's finish in that first quarter, Jackson Wiedemann, he was fantastic. He had the 6 touches. I thought they were North Albury's best.
We'll get down to Monty now, if we can, who is just circling around the Wing Magpies huddle. What did Jace Heatley have to say?
Just he sort of really put it on Josh Tweedo, which we touched on in the call without dropping those couple of marks. He just needs to make sure if he hits his hand, he's got to take it, because all it's doing is giving them a chance to fold back, and that's all they'll keep on doing then. And it means that their forwards won't get a good look at it. And then he said make sure Hayes gets to someone looking after him, because he's sort of rolling up the ground and getting easy touches in the centre third of the ground. So that was his 2 main messages. Well, I had a quick listen to the North Albury forward line. They said that he's got to get it in a bit quicker. They're probably a bit slow. Once they get past halfway, they just need to get it to the big fellas and give them a chance, because they feel like they're a big chance of taking a lot of marks on who they're playing on at the moment, was the word coming out of the forward line.
And I feel like the Hoppers were pretty happy that Julian Hayes has matched up with Walker Keefe as well. Walker O'Keefe, Scotty Montgomery. Jasper Craven did a bit of a run while in round 15, but I feel like the Hoppers would like that matchup.
I think so. Just in the air, he's too strong. He's probably just as quick as Walker, and you know how damaging he can be if he finds the footy coming off half back.
Alrighty, so you're our resident crowd guesstimator, Monty. What are you thinking? Bigger than yesterday or not?
Well, I know the official crowd yesterday was 2-2, but that's not what was there come the seniors game, because obviously all of that was thirds and junior netball. But I feel we're probably around that 1,000 mark again, maybe pushing 1,100, so not bad at all.
Pretty good to the left of us. A lot of North Albury fans there, and to the right as well.
That's not bad, yeah.
Yep, a little to the right, not too bad. And a fair little sprinkling over on the scoreboard side of the ground as well. Bobby J, we might get an around the grounds to Mr. Stoves if we can in the TDFL.
Out at Kawasini Creek, we're looking at Thaguna playing Chilton. Thaguna's got a 9-point lead, 10-1 over the Chilton Swans, nice and early.
Second chapter, Maggies by 9 points. Here's Knowles. Tries to get a clearing kick. It's a high ball going to half forward. Weaving in front. Laverty over the top with a big fist. Hayden just hacks it forward for the Maggies. Good mark from Flynn Gardner. Holding up for the Hoppers. 20 out from their own goal. And he wants Arch Gardner. Gets him. Now what's he going to do with this Arch? That's going towards Penny. So Jack takes the mark. So just 4 to their half-back flank. The green and gold. Rigoni was short. So too was Nathan Dennis. So Jackie's held this ball for a while. Look at that for a kick. Oh, a little bit too tall for Flack. Federico couldn't pick it up. Winter gets it out the back to Kane. On to Nathan Dennis. He's got Jack Reynolds. Misses him with the kick. Grossman coming out. Kept it in front of him. Reynolds. Gee, Roberts went in. And Jack Reynolds brought to ground. We'll have a stoppage. 60 out from the Pierce Street end.
Flynn Gardner having some year, isn't he, Monty?
He's the most improved player in the competition for mine, boys. He's been that good. I feel he's nearly in the team of the year as a back pocket too.
Wiedemann taps it down to Winter. Knew the tackle was coming and rode that. Dan Sharrock's numbers first term, Bobby J.
Dan Sharrock had the 5 for 40 winks in that first quarter.
Great to see him back out there. Knowles and Wiedemann. That one was a 50-50. Rigoni. Oh, there's a little rugby pass out the back of the contest then. Little no-looker. And we'll have another stoppage. Just 4 to centre for North Albury, who are now kicking to the Pierce Street end. The Magpies kicking to the Wilson Street end. Wodonga Hospital. Another ball up. Knowles out the back. Broomhead decided to kick it out of mid-air. Good, strong work from Foster Gardner, who's taken a couple of contested marks for a small fella. Harry Smart with that matchup. Gardner is going to kick to a pretty congested 50. Flying across was Murphy. Out the back is Reynolds. Dribbles, hits the post. Didn't get full penetration with the kick. Hit the outstep and a dribble through for a minor score. 1-5 North Albury to the Magpies, 3-1-19. 2 minutes played for NZ.
Scotty, I just feel like Foster Gardner held on to that ball for too long. Murphy wanted him to kick it 2 or 3 times.
Yeah, absolutely. You just need to get it moving fast. Doesn't allow the half-backs to fold back and help out the defence.
Darcy Cullen. So he's pushed up the ground. So too of all the Hoppers' defence for that matter. And he goes with a high ball inside 50, 40 out. Knowles at the front. Gee, that's a good mark. The big man stands tall. So what's he got on now? Roberts wanted it on the broadcast side. The switch is on if they want to go to Ellis. They elect to go forward. So it's with Hunter Gotchling into Melville. 19 plays 11 early in the second term. The CMV truck and bus scoreboard. Mackey's up to Federico. Here's Alex backward to centre wing on the far side. Well, goes short, beautifully picked off by Flynn Gardner. Now, what's the umpire going to say here?
He had the arms up for play on pretty early, boys, so it might have been touched off the mark.
Or not 15. That's the only thing I can think of as well. But Flynn Gardner, once again, intercepting and playing an important role for North Albury. On centre wing, Knowles, clear tap. Coming through quick from the stoppage was Federico. His kick, though, was very wide. Don't say that often from my man, the Preston Prince. And it's out of bounds on the full.
Is he yours or Gussie's man?
My man.
Oh, Gussie claimed him pretty early on.
I think he's more of a panda man. Bit of inside word. The kick was not great from Hayes. Broomhead at ground level against Norton. And we'll have a boundary throw in far side. Fair to say this elimination final just missing a bit of pizzazz, Bobby J, for mine.
Yeah, snooze fest. Just in regards to the North Albury prime movers in Broomhead, Rigoni and Archer Gardner, they've only had the 7 touches between the 3 of them, so they need to get busy.
Wiedemann got it down in front. Rigoni came away. Bouncing ball right over centre. Fraser Ellis tried to get past Leighton Taylor. Well done to Melville. And over the top to Roberts. He marked that. What's the umpire
The umpire called play on from word go, boys. You could clearly hear it down here at ground level. And
Good
then
pick up,
Nathan
Scotty.
Dennis is just giving away a high free kick.
For the Newmarket. Jet Roberts short to Sharrock. They want to swing it out wide to Harrison Smart. So they're on the move here to Cam Barrett. So happy to play the short game. Another 25 to 30 metre kick, picking up wide side to it. Tim Broomhead mans the mark. It's been quiet so far, Tim, in this elimination final. Wide side to it, low driving kick. Oh, Clark went through his mitts, couldn't claim it. Cullen comes away. So the Hoppers on the rebound. Leighton Taylor, they'll pay that one. So he's 80 out at the moment. Nathan Dennis is deep. Grossman's sitting in the space. Here goes Broomhead, short ball. Oh, he tried to pick up Foster Gardner. White Tide too got a hand to it. Ball out of bounds, 55 around from the Pierce Street end.
Monty for the Newmarket Hotel, boundary side.
Yeah, absolutely great work there from Waitai too. Was sort of on the back foot and knew he had to get a hand on that, otherwise they're going inside 50 again, North Albury. So really good defensive work from the young wingman.
Boundary throw in, 52 metres out from North Albury goal. Broomhead trying to get a free hand pass. Federico grabs him. And we'll have another stoppage at half forward for North Albury.
The work Tyler Norton's doing on Broomhead at the moment is absolutely first class. It's not giving him an inch.
He's tagged him every single time this year, has Tyler Norton. There he is there on cue. Gets a 1-2 with Cam Barrett. Kicks it down the wing. Once again, that sails out of bounds and on the full. It's a free kick to North Albury. Darcy Cullen doing a very good job on Jackson Clark. It's a big job for young Darcy, Monty.
Yeah, he's been fantastic so far. Just some of those kicks to Jackson Clark hasn't been great.
On cue, the kick from Darcy was Paul Lukey.
It was to Sharrock Panda into Melville. So Brad, he wants the heart of the ground. Gee, that kick was absolutely perfect for Gotchling. On to Grossman, who's pushed up from the back line. High ball, 2-on-1, 3-on-1 back there. Let's have a look. Mooney takes it in. Ball was touched. Ellis. And he's going to be claimed by Julian Hayes, and we'll have a stoppage in the pocket at the hospital end. We'll go to you, Bobby, thanks to 40 Winks.
Yeah, Squid Melville's on a heater at the moment, lads. He's had 11 touches for 40 Winks in this elimination final.
Still no change to the scoreboard. Maggie's 19, Hopper's 11. Let's have a look. This one rolling across the chalk, and that one's gone through for behind. So Maggie's 20, Hopper's 11, thanks to CMV Truck and Bus. Hayes from the full-back position picks up Jamie Mooney. Jackson Clark, the man on the mark. What's your best, Bobby? Thanks to 40 Winks.
Yeah, the stoppage game seems to be the one that's standing out for mine at the moment. Even though it's a little bit quiet in this quarter, the North Albury Hoppers are making a change.
Alex Federico wanted 50 there for an encroachment on the mark. Clark takes it. Now there's 60 out on the far side. What's he got on? He goes for O'Keefe, the smallest man on the ground, over the top, and Ben Rigoni holds up for the green and gold. Short to Hayes, and they're on the move.
They are through defensive 50. Kicks to a very interesting one-on-one between Trelly and Norton. Trelly does okay. Norton likewise. In fact, it was Batten. Taylor has it now for the Hoppers. Retreats by hand to Hayes. Inboard kicks a beauty. Finds Rigoni. Sharrock could have murdered him.
Grabbed that knee straight away, boys. That hurt him.
He does look pretty proppy and sore, does Ben Rigoni. Looks okay now. Was all right to deliver it to a 1-on-2. Murphy caught out the back. Dennis is there. Goes by hand to Murphy. Caught in a big tackle. Had to be holding the ball from Barrett as he was just about to get booed on ball. The Magpies clear to Hayden on the wing and they're away.
Okay, this game's finding extra gears now. Here's Hayden. Matt, and he goes down towards the arc of the 50. Laverty got up high. Weaving at the back. Cullen after in front of Clark. Out of bounds, 60 out from the hospital ends.
Just as you said, it's starting to hit another gear, but there's still just a lot of skill errors, isn't it? I think it's just the heat of the game that neither team's really handling at the moment.
Gone just over 8 for NZ in the second term. It's brought to you by Jaco Aubrey Wodonga. Let's have a look down here. Wiedemann, first hand to it. Rigoni is there. And you're right, Panda. He looked like his knee was in a bad way, but he's not the best Rigoni, but he's playing on his tough.
He certainly is. Wiedemann trying to push Knowles off the footy. Craven snaps it off his boot inside 50. Flynn Gardner again. All alone taking intercept mark. Probably been the Hoppers' best for mine, Monty, in the second quarter.
He's been great, and he's just rolling off his man. They've got to probably be a bit more accountable to him because he's doing such a good job as that chop-off defender.
Finds Penny, who goes out to the far side of Martin Park. He finds Angus Crowley, the boy from Leighton Witten. Can come inboard to enter if he wants. Decides not to, and they're going to try and switch here. The Hoppers. 20 plays 11 for CMV Truck and Bus. We played 9 minutes for NZ second term for Jaco. Here's some run and gun and dash from Flynn Gardner, who tries to get past a couple and then runs too far. Caught holding the ball from Tyler Norton. A great chase down tackle from the Pies.
They go to Gotchling. Over the top to Melville. Gee, the handball wasn't great. Gee, that was smart from Melville.
Yeah, and they've paid a high contact here against Julian Hayes on that bump there, boys.
Gee, that was clever from Melville, just to tap it on, Scotty, and not take possession.
Yeah, absolutely. He could have really got nailed, and he did in the end without taking possession. So he's done pretty well. He's got straight back up, and we'll go again with a free kick.
I think Ellis is going to duck out the back here for a lead. No, he goes to the opposite pocket. McIntosh going back in front of Clark. He wanted Jackson. Look at him try and keep in control of the footy. Wide of bounds, 30 around from goal, Hospital end. So at the moment, it's 3-2-20. The Maggies up over the North Albury Hoppers, 1-5-11. We'll go to you, Bobby, thanks to 40 Winks.
Inside 50s, a 6-2 in favour of Wangaratta Magpies at this present time.
Tweedale with a tap down to Bean, who went without the football. Broomhead over the pill, and he's grabbed straight away. Tell you what, that could have been a meat sandwich for Brad Melville. Running into Julian Hayes. It was a very big bump, and Lucky Squid got up straight away. Here's Clark. Pops the hand pass over the top to the hard-running Craven, who sees it over the boundary line. And we'll have it thrown back in. Camped inside the Wang Magpies, attacking 50. No goals in this second quarter, only the 1 point. 3-2-20 the Pies, 1-5-11 the Hoppers. Boundary throw in, Mooney. Penny's kick was smothered. All this happening 15 metres out from Magpie goal. McIntosh worried off the football. Craven snaps his second. Pressure mounting here for the Hoppers, and Craven pounced. The Magpies with a 15-point advantage. Monty for the Newmarket.
Yeah, again, boys, from a stoppage. It's created from a stoppage. This is where all their score sources coming from stoppages around the ground. And I'll tell you what, North Albury need to do something about this. They're probably going to have to tighten up a little bit more with their midfielders, and they're just going to have to do something about the ruck work.
For 40 Winks, Monty, it's 5-1 in favour of the Wangaratta Magpies around the ground stoppages at the present time. So you've nailed it again, mate. The pressure that they're putting on and the smother from the stoppage there in turn made the goal for Craven happen.
Yeah, so he kicked the last goal of the first term, Jasper Craven, and he kicks the first of the second term at the 11.5-minute mark. So it's taken a while. Tweedale, Wiedemann, Gosling down low. Sharrock went over it. Nice work from Marjanovic. O'Keefe, ball knocked up in the air. Tweedale just slaps it out. Here goes Campbell. Isaac away. Beautiful delivery to Foster Gardner. Where's Murphy's on short. Foster goes to him. Look at that. And Murphy takes the mark. The North Albury Hoppers at their absolute best.
Yeah, what about the delivery to Josh Murphy there from young Foster Gardner? Absolutely first class. Just rolled around straight away and kicked it in that leading lane, and very hard to stop when the big fella's out in front like that.
He's got one, Josh, and he's on an acute angle. Pierce Street end. He'll strike the Sharon from 50 out. Take his best. Let's have a look and see what the North Albury Whiz Kid can do from here. Slow approach. Deliberate. Oh, no. The crowd told the story there. He's blown it off the side of the boot. It's gone out to bounds on the foot.
I reckon that would have missed another set of goals.
And maybe another.
That's a very accurate assessment, Blake Escott.
He actually played in the white boots last week, Panner, and kicked nice and straight today. The Whiz Kid's got the lime green fluoro boots on today, and he might want to change them at half time after that one.
Monty, Michael Borden on just limped to the bench.
No, he's all right.
Okay,
Just needs a blow.
bit proppy for the Newmarket Hotel, so watch that one if you can. Kick in from Roberts, finds Marjanovic. Deep in defence. Short option presents, it's Sharrock. He can go to Melville at half-back if he wants, ignores that. Tua leads. He's 30 out from his own defensive goal. He's going to kick to true centre half-back. Barrett marks, and this is where it opens up here for the Wang Magpies. He kicks to a genuine one-on-one out on the far side. Grossman marks in front of Dennis. Magpies lead 26-11.
Here goes Matt. Long driving kick as they go forward here. Laverty, knew he reeled it in one-handed. Max B, and now he's dangerous. Left foot goes with a centering kick. Wide side Tour picks it up. Left foot blazes away.
The down the field free kick. I will come back to White Tie Tour, boys.
What for, Monty?
I think he's paid a late take to the ground, maybe holding the man or just a late hit. So White Tie Tour get another shot at goal here.
Ooh, looking at the replay.
So we're gone 14 in the second, and North Albury have only got one goal on the board, so it's a little worrying, Scotty.
Yeah, very. They're going to have to find us another source to goal because they can't just keep going to Josh Murphy every single time, I don't feel.
Righto, Bob Jackson, what do you got for us, motor, mate?
Inside 50s, a 7-3 in favour of Wangaratta Magpies, and that sort of backs up a little bit that what Monty just said. The avenue to goal is probably not there for the North Albury, so they're probably skirting around through the midfield and can't find that other avenue to goal.
So we're still waiting. Yeah, we lost that Sharon out the back of the ground that Wide side to a kick, so field umpire bringing
look
back
at that, Ash.
a brand
Ash Broughton goes
spanking
bang.
Sharon.
Just laced him out, didn't he, Lukey?
He likes a bit of me time too.
Right,
Ash,
Ash
he'll
down
love
for
that.
140 winks, Bobby.
Wide side to a 30 out, directly in front. Hospital ends. Maggies get their fifth. They get their fifth. 32 plays 11 at John Flower Oval, Martin Park on the CMV Truck and Bus scoreboard.
Tell you what, this is starting to get a little bit dangerous here for North Albury. They're going to have to find a way to stop these goals. They're just kicking straight, but every time they get a look at the other end, they're not converting. So that's the big issue at the moment.
On the 40-wing stat sheet, Brad Melville is leading all comers with 12 touches for the Wangaratta Magpies, and Alex Federico is closely behind on the 11.
32 plays 11 on the CMV Truck and Bus. 15 minutes played for NZ, and as Luke Francis said, the Hoppers have only kicked the one goal until the 15th minute mark of the second quarter for Jaco. They've had 6 scoring shots to 7. Mooney leaped very early. Rigoni looks like he's regained his composure from that heavy hit. Goes inside 50. Wiedemann resting forward. Takes an elite body and paint mark of the day, playing in front of Brian Batten. And this must go through Monty for the Newmarket.
Yeah, absolutely. Looks like they're probably going to put a bit more reliance on Jack King and Darcy Cullen behind the footy, and Jackson Wiedemann's going to be that next option forward instead of Josh Murphy.
So Jackson Wiedemann, who played a 4 or 5 week period as a forward for North Albury. Not sure he really hit the scoreboard too much, but this is a massive kick in the context of North Albury's season. To bring the margin back to 15 points, he'll kick from 45 out. The kick is awful. Taylor leapt very high, made an extravagant leap, but that sort of kick sums up North Albury's day so far. 1-6-12 to 5-2-32 on the CMV Truck and Bus scoreboard.
Yeah, they're a little off their tucker at the moment, the Hoppers. Maggie's coming out of defence. Federico, geez, been good. How many now, Bobby, on the 40-wing stats?
12 for 40 winks.
Alex, look at that. Oh, just couldn't quite meet Clark. Hoppers trying to win it away off their half-back line. Cullen got it out the back. Ball at bootlace level. Nice work. Look at this. Fantastic from Flack. Gets it on the boot. Goes to Trewson half forward. Roberts couldn't take the mark. Grossman. Big sweeping hand pass to Brad Melville. Into the centre they go. Jasper Craven to Sharrock. Over the top, Federico. Archgardner's got him. Got the ball away. Foster to Flack. And then Kane tried to get it to Campbell. Barrett's got him. Look at the pressure. The Maggies right on here at John Flower Oval, Martin Park.
Monty, boundary side for the Newmarket. Pressure rising in this one.
Yeah, absolutely. The Wang players are coming up and meeting the North Albury as they're trying to chain out, and they're doing it really well, whereas North Albury probably missing the opportunity with 2 or 3 times to get up and stop their chain from going the other way.
Just a bit fumbly around the footy of the Hoppers at the moment. We have another stoppage at half forward. 1-6-12 to 5-2-32. All that for CMV Truck and Bus. Only had the 2 goals to the Magpies in this second quarter for Jaco. Off a step goes Norton. It's a wobbly old kick inside 50. It's allowed to hit the ground. Weaven's a bit nervous, falling over the football. The Magpies pounce. Now he's in trouble. It goes over the boundary line and it will be thrown back in 5 metres around from the point post. 32-12, 20-point leaders of the Magpies. Here's Luke Francis from McRae Motors.
Let's have a look. So we've got a boundary throw in Panda in the pocket at the hospital end, far side. And the little man throws it back into play, does a good job. Knowles, beautiful, to Max Bean. Oh, it's hit the post. It's hit the post. So close, Scotty.
Yeah, absolutely. That would have been another one from stoppage again, boys. So they're just going to have to do something. I'm going to keep saying it. Said it this whole first half. Stoppage is killing North Albury right now. They're going to have to stop the Magpies at some stage.
Tim Broomhead coming from the full-back position.
Margin.
Cullen try to get up high. Ball coming out of bounds. And we will get a boundary throw-in.
Margin back out to 21 points. What have you got for us, Bobby, for 40 winks?
Stoppages to support Monty, 8-1 in this quarter in Wangaratta's favour. So real danger area for North Albury at the moment.
9 minutes played for NZ, second term for Jaco. Mooney now with a little spell on the ruck. Gardner, Archer, they'd love to get him involved in the game. Penny comes up, meets the football, snaps it around the corner. Grossman's now gone to Josh Murphy. Bordignon still off the ground. Smart over this football. Hunting it like a little mouse was Harry Smart. Marjanovic swung around a tackle. It's intercepted by Reynolds and the Hoppers on centre wing. Mooney's kick was cute and it was smothered by Knowles. Left foot kick to half forwards a beauty. Finds Jackson Clark for the Magpies.
And he goes with one towards a goal square. Jackson, oh dear, free kick given away. Scotty?
Yeah, just a real push in the back. Didn't give him a chance to get at it. And then, yeah, giving away the 50, just threw it on the ground, so not smart.
So it's against Xavier Laverty. Harry Weaven's been marched up the ground, so supporters getting quite vocal in the grandstand. Hayes had to go after it. Well done from Hayden. Matt picks it up now, goes with the right foot kick. Laverty's got free from Weaven.
That'll be 50, boys.
That is so
That's
silly.
so dumb.
That is the dumbest thing I've seen.
Yeah, so dumb. That was way too late from Harry Weaven, and it's going to take him nearly right to the goal line, I reckon, and Laverty's going to put this one through, and he's just given one away, but he's got it back, and he hurts more than what his one did.
At such a vital stage of the game. Oh, gee, this hurts. So Xavier Laverty will take a kick from the top of the goal square. 33 playing 12. And he goes with the torpy. Xavier, that would be in the hospital car park. 39 plays 12. 39 plays 12. The Maggies with a good break over the Hoppers on the CMB Truck and Bus scoreboard.
And that's the second footy that's gone, boys. So the umpires have just pinched one from the North Aubrey boys here on the bench.
How many footies over the journey do you reckon that house has had?
Many.
You've been here a lot longer than I have.
There used to be a little gate in one of the fences back there, but yeah, I don't know if it's still there.
Inside 50s are 10-4 in this quarter, and it's really starting to be looking for something to change North Aubrey. They need to make a couple of changes structurally, I feel, and they need their prime movers heavily involved, and they haven't touched much of the footy today.
So back in the middle, haven't kicked a goal, the Hoppers, since the 7th minute of the game. Through Josh Murphy. Back in the middle we go. Knowles tackled, was good enough to get a hand pass out, and the Magpies are brilliant in the clinches. Millville sweeps it out wide to Fraser Ellett. At half forward by Jack Reynolds and the Hoppers, who have the ball at half back. He's going to flick it out to the far side of the ground. Wiedemann comes up to meet the football. Broomhead over there as well for the Hoppers. Ellis goes by hand. Norton, clever through traffic. Finds Jackson Clark at half forward. The Magpies lead by 28 points, make it 27. Clark inside forward 50. Getting back in the hole is Jack King and intercepting for the Hoppers. And they move it to Angus Crowley at half back.
Crowley down low up against Sharrock. Well done from Dan Sharrock. On to White Tide Tour. They're looking dangerous again. The Maggies. Tweedale through his hands. King. I'll turn it over. Bean. He's got it. Maxie's kicked another one. Oh, the Magpies are swooping at John Flower Oval, Martin Park. 45 plays 12 on the CMV Truck and Bus scoreboard.
Just the skill level's the massive difference right here in this second quarter. That kick coming out to Crowley was just a bit short of him. Then he fumbles, but then at the ground level, Sharrock was super clean, got a handball, and then Bean at ground level. That's what small forwards have to do, get to the big fella's feet, and exactly what he did and put it through.
Bobby J.
Inside 50s, 12-4 this quarter in front of the in favour of Wangaratta. A really substantial gap there, and North Aubrey need to make some serious changes around their stoppages.
Getting ugly now in the elimination final. Not what anyone predicted coming into this game. Magpies are smelling blood. Here's Federico out of the centre clearance. Big pack of players. All the flyers go for North Aubrey, and Gardner's left to mop up at ground level. And there's a free kick for a high.
Yeah, it was there. Ash Broughton, the out of zone, paid it.
Reynolds kicks to a one-on-one. Dennis has to be well here against Barrett, who gives away a free kick for a hold. And Nathan Dennis has it at half-back. Half-time cannot come quick enough for the Hoppers, Monty, for the Newmarket.
Yeah, they need to reset, don't they? They need to be able to get in, get Timmy to just fire him up a little bit. And I'll tell you what, the work rate's really dropped from the North Aubrey mids. Even they're just standing through the middle of the ground, while Wang look like they're running on top of the ground.
Yeah, the Hoppers all at sea at the current time. So come off half-back, Gardner. So what can they put together from here? Harrison Smart mans the mark. Foster. Federico got a hand to it. Here's Gotchling. Back to bat, and they're all over at the moment, the Maggies. Going to half-forward. Hayden got caught at the back. Mooney goes back. Bean again. Ducking and weaving. Gets on that left foot. He's so dangerous. Clark got up high. Ball rolling. Hayden. Back to Jackson Clark. Handballs over the top. Laverty, left foot. They get another, do they? No.
Touched.
The ball is touched right on the line. 7-4-46. 7-4-46, plays 1-6-12. The Maggies up by a big margin on the CMB Truck and Bus scoreboard.
Bobby J for 40 winks.
Getting out of hand at the moment. Stop it around the ground. It's 10-1 this quarter. Inside 50s is 14-4. So getting out of hand.
Only 4 inside 50s for North Aubrey. Hayes Rebounds and they turn it over again. Batten onto Ellis, who reloads with a wobbly one. Flynn Gardner dropped an easy mark. It's all falling apart here for the Hoppers. Hayden can kick another one. Oh, they're piling on the pain here of the Wangaratta Magpies. 8-4-52 to North Albury, 1-6-12. It's getting ugly now, Monty.
Absolutely, it is that. They are absolutely flying at the moment, Wangaratta. They're just getting repeat looks over and over again, and it's just putting the North Albury back six under a hell of a lot of pressure. So they're going to have to make some moves, try and get some life around the footy, I feel.
Bobby J.
Around the grounds for Mr. Stoves, we've got out at Kiowa Sandy Creek, Thaguna 25-14 in front of Chiltern Swans, just into the second quarter.
And if you've just joined us here on 1494 2AY and 102.1 Edge FM Oldham Live, the Maggies have 8 on the board, the Hoppers 1. So we've almost reached half-time, a long break, and that's right, the green and gold with just one major. Here's Flack going after it on the outer side. He's coming from the opposite direction. It's Laverty. Try to get back on the footy. Weaven came in also. Fraser Ellis there. Play still goes on. So here goes Winter. Caden gets away on the far side. Down the line with the 25-metre kick. Leighton Taylor couldn't mark it. Roberts goes back. Retreats a little. Receives it back to Chet. And gets it over the top to Tyler Norton. Does a 360. Tyler on the boot. That's a wild kick. Heading towards the boundary line, bounces, Weaven takes it out, and we'll have a boundary throw in.
So 52 plays 12. 40-point leaders for McRae Motors are the Wang Magpies, who have kicked 5 goals to nothing. The Hoppers have only scored 2 points in this second quarter for Jayco. 26 played for NZ. Broomhead by hand to Crelly, who runs into trouble. And we have another boundary throw-in out on the far side. Bob Jackson, 40 winks.
Head-to-head, Sharrock, Melville and Federico are clearly outplaying Regoni, Broomhead and Archer Gardner around the ball. They're 3-1 in regards to the possessions against.
Working harder are the Wang Magpies. Their tails are up. Norton, big heavy collision from Crelly. And we have another ball up, 55 around for the Magpies goal, who have kicked 5 goals to nothing in this second quarter. Here's Luke Francis for McRae Motors.
60 out, Hospital end. Tweedo got up high. Marjanovic to Roberts. Right foot. Silo kick right up in the air. Gosling came over the top. Flack wanted away for the Hoppers to Broomhead. And they turn it over. Cough it up again. So Roberts, who's been good in the last couple of minutes, sends it long. Flynn Gardner back there and takes the mark. 8-4-52. The Maggies up to 1-6-12 over the Hoppers on the CMB Truck and Bus Scoreboard. Second terms for Jayco Albury Wodonga. Ball out of bounds on the far side, and it will be going to the Maggies.
It was intercepted by Roberts for the Wang Magpies, who loads up again for the Pies. Oh, climbing from behind was Laverty. Rigoni tries to fend off. Umpire Ash Broughton says, give it to me. Monty called it early for the Newmarket. The skill level between the two sides at the moment, the clear difference. Siren sounds to end a spectacular first half for the Wangaratta Magpies, and the Hoppers are all at sea. 8-4-52 are the Wang Magpies, a 40-point lead over the North Albury Hoppers, 1-6-12. That quarter went 28 minutes. Stay with us. Our halftime show for Elders Rural on the other side of this. It's the elimination final. The Magpies have 1 foot in next Sunday's first semi-final against the Lavington Panthers. What can the Hoppers do in the second half? Stay with us on O&M Live. You will not miss a thing.
Adroit Insurance and Risk, your local insurance advisor, able to tailor insurance programs to support your business.
And we're proud to support our local community.
I reckon I'll go mid.
Carlton Dry 3.5. Embrace the mid.
What's your future look like? Where do you want to be? Whatever it looks like, with GoTAFE, you've got this. Get real skills for real jobs and careers right now. Search GoTAFE today.
The new Nissan Navara has landed at McRae Nissan with a tougher, more rugged design, Nissan intelligent mobility, advanced off-road capabilities, and a host of on-road refinement. Test drive one today at McRae Nissan.
The Ovens and Murray Football League is proudly sponsored by Opal. Thinking packaging? Discover Opal.
With Optus Home Internet, you get more yes. Whoa. Which means less family screen time and more harmony with powerful Wi-Fi. Woo. Get the Ultra Wi-Fi modem at no extra cost.
Welcome to Sundancer Homes. We make building your dream home exciting and stress-free. Backed by over 30 years of experience, one of many reasons why we provide a lifetime structural guarantee. Visit our information centre at Dean Street, Albury.
This goes out to all the runners, the racers, the chasers, out of the box, and primed for the show. On your marks, get set. Running too late. Being first out the gate. Get the fit you need. The athlete's foot. Fit for every run.
Every day we look after our family first. We go on adventures, we entertain with them, we care for them. Tobin Brothers Funerals will look after your family too. With a fixed price funeral plan, you can be assured your family won't be burdened by the cost of your funeral. Tobin Brothers are a trusted name since 1934 and take pride in creating funeral solutions. Tobin Brothers Funerals, Wodonga and Corowa.
Specialists in Polaris dealership, Shoeback Street, Albury.
O&M Live on 2AY.
And welcome back to John Flower Oval for Elimination Final in the SS&A Ovens and Murray. And at the moment, we've got a bit of a fizzer. Wangaratta are absolutely flying. They are 8-4-52, leading by 40 points over the North Albury Hoppers, who have not shown up. 1-6-12 at halftime. Here I'm joined for the halftime show, thanks to Elders Rural, by our man Bobby Jackson, who's doing wonders on the 40-wing stat sheet. Bobby, pretty uninspiring half of football.
It is from a North Albury point of view, yeah. They've really lacked energy, and they're flat and non-responsive to the challenge that Wangaratta Magpies put down. And they showed some fight in that first 12 minutes of the second quarter, where there was a bit of a stalemate and arm wrestle and trying to find out who was the powerful team at the time. But pretty much from the 12-minute mark through to half-time, where Wangaratta kicked 5-0, they've pretty much been dominant all day. And the around the ground work, particularly from Knowles and the midfield in Federico, Sharrock and Melville, they're dominant around the stoppages, almost 2-1, 19-5 for stoppages around the ground at the moment with clear clearances. Yeah, it's crazy. And let's quickly go through our goal kickers. Jasper Craven's hit 2, which we said who's going to be that other goal kicker. We brought his name up pre-game, and he always hits the scoreboard. Jasper has kicked the 2. Xavier Laverty's kicked 2, then singles to Matty Hayden, Waitai Tua,
Tyler Norton, who's nearly been one of the best on the ground with his job he's doing on Tim Broomhead. Maxi Ben, while for North Albury, just Josh Murphy with the single goal at the 7-minute mark of the first quarter. So it's been a long time between drinks for their goals, and they're going to have to find a way to kick some goals. Let's have a quick look at the 40 Wing stats. What are the team stats saying, and then what are the individual stats showing
Well,
us?
the centre clearances are dominant, 8-3 in favour of Wangaratta. Free kicks, 9-5, Wangaratta's way. Inside 50s, 28-13. Wangaratta's way. Marks inside 50 are relatively even across the board, 6 apiece there. Stoppages, we're looking at 19-5, and I think you mentioned throughout that quarter there, a lot of the scores and a lot of pressures on scoreboard pressures come from the stoppage work that the Wangaratta Magpies are putting into North Albury. Individual stat winners, we've got Alex Federico and Brad Melville, both on 14 touches. Dan Sharrock's had the 12 for the Wangaratta Magpies, and for North Albury, it's a sad state of affairs with Julian Hayes on 8, Tim Broomhead and Ben Regoni on 7 each, and also Jackson Wiedemann on 7. So not hitting the possession board heavily, North Albury, and it probably shows in their performance.
And Julian and Tim have had a couple of those kick-ins as well, so they probably inflate their stats just a little bit. At the moment, the as you touched on, the work around the ground by the midfield groups from both sides, Wangaratta are just running on top of the ground, aren't they? They're flying, especially the guys you touched on there, Sharrock and Federico, probably two of the better ones on the ground. Melville's doing a great job off half-back and just picking up possessions whenever he feels like it. And then, of course, Knowles in the ruck against unrecognised ruckman, really, and Mooney or Wiedemann, whichever one's in there. He's doing a great job to just set him up with first touch.
Well, Federico, he averages 8 clearances a game, and he'd be nearly at that now at half-time. And also with his contested footy, he averages 14 a game throughout the season. And he's been in the thick of things all day. And now that Dan Sharrock's getting some football under his belt, he's really valuable, and helps out that midfield crew. And Squid Melville, who's playing on one leg, is really dictating terms across half-back and playing his own game at his own pace. We saw he had to change pace in that second quarter. You could see that it hampers him, but if he can just cruise around in third gear and roll the Rolls Royce that he is, he's having a real big impact on the game.
Well, it'd be nice for someone to go and just put their hand up, maybe a Fester Duncan or something like that. Go, all right, I'm just going to go sacrifice finding the footy. I'm going to go stand next to Brad Melville, because one, you'll find the footy, and two, you'll stop his influence as well,
exactly,
won't you, Bob?
100%. And that's as simple as it probably gets. That's old school. Let's go one-on-one and let's defeat our opponent for a little bit until we can get some hands on the footy and get back into the game. At the moment, what they're doing is listless, and they've got no energy, and there's no grunt, or there's nothing that should be there for an elimination final.
Yeah, absolutely, and we spoke about it last week in the game at McNamara Reserve, didn't we? That probably a bit slow pulling a move or two North Albury, and probably cost them in the end in a 1-point ball game, whereas today feels like they haven't pulled any strings at all. Seen Foster Gardner, who's looked quite lively at half forward. Maybe he needs to go through the middle, give him a bit of bounce. Archie Gardner can't get his hands on it. Maybe he needs to get out to a wing. They just need to find some different options to try and get back into this ball game, don't they?
Yeah, even Murph, get Murph up the ground a little bit. Maybe throw in the old Wayne Carey theory. You're a North Melbourne man. They threw Wayne Carey in the middle every now and then. Throw him in the middle and just see if he can provide some energy, tip some bodies over, and get some footy moving their way. Let's get the footy in North Albury's half for a change, because that second quarter, the football basically was camped in Wangaratta's half the ground.
Now, we spoke about it pre-game, didn't we? The forward line issues that both teams will have with Tilly and Josh Minogue not playing, but it looks like the Wangaratta Smalls have been able to really chip in. BN, Norton, Tua have been able to hit the scoreboard. Jasper Craven, really the Smalls have gone to work. While down at the other end, we called on Leighton Taylor and Nathan Dennis to be the guys that put their hand up, and they just haven't really fired a shot at all.
No, well, the callers have hardly called out Leighton Taylor and Dogger Dennis's name, whereas they're lining up for shots on goal, the midfield and the Smalls for Wangaratta Magpies, and as we said at the start of the game, Monty, the ground's a shorter ground, and it enables different players to pop up and hit the scoreboard. Jasper Cravens, he's kicked a bag full of goals earlier in the season when called upon, and now he's on his way again today. He's kicked a couple of crucial goals, and Maxi Bean looks dangerous. He's had a couple of shots on goal. There's also Waitai Tours looking dangerous. There's so many different players that are getting looks.
And the one we probably haven't touched on is Jackson Clark. He's that conduit, isn't he, at half forward at the moment. He's getting a lot of possessions. He's being able to roll, get it deep. And young Tweedale's getting his hands on it. He's making a contest. He's bringing it to ground. But he's 3 or 4 years of development before he'll be able to be a big, strong forward in this competition. But he looks lively and bringing those Smalls that we just touched on into the game.
You said at quarter time that the Heatley looked for a response from Tweedale, and to a certain degree he did. He got himself in the right positions, and that's step number one. You get in the right position to give yourself a chance, and then the next step is to actually start clunking a few, and that's not too far away. Young tall fellas take a little bit of time to develop, but there's certainly signs there, and I feel as though from a coaching point of view, he responded to that challenge, and there's the matchups are right for him to have a bit of an impact even more on the scoreboard.
Yeah, absolutely. Just quickly do Mr. Stove's Pool World around the grounds. And Tallangatta League, they've got the first semi-final going on out there close to half-time. It's 3-8-26. The Gooner leading Chilton 3-5-23. And a quick Ray White rural update in the A-grade netball, of course, here on Elimination Final. And North Albury went down. A bit of a boil over there. Lavington 58 beating North Albury 40. So 18-goal win to the Panthers, who only just really scraped into the 5. So a massive boil over there, Bobby.
Yeah, well, that brings. I think Emily Brown was injured there at one stage. We're keeping a close eye on it. I think she had a calf.
Yeah. She missed a few weeks a while back with a calf, and I think she's still carrying it. So.
Yeah, so that's a major blow in regards to the way North Albury play, and the finals brings on, and I think that A grade competition is pretty tight and pretty even, and any one of the remaining 4 sides can win that. So that's an interesting competition in itself.
All right, put your North Albury hat on, Bobby. What do you got to do to get back into this game? And you can only chip away at it. You're not going to get it in front by 3/4 time. You've got to chip away and try and bring it home in the last quarter. But what are they going to do in this second half?
Well, that's exactly right. From this point on, you would look to at least half that margin. You get it back to 20 points or less if you possibly can. I would have put a rocket on Dogger Dennis and also Leighton Taylor to say, right, we need you guys. The club needs you, and really put it on them in that sense. And then through the midfield, they need to contribute a little bit more and at least draw even with the stoppages around the ground, because they're absolutely getting caned through that area. So let's set up something that's going to stop them from getting free entries out the front. Put some pressure on Federico around the stoppages, and let's see what happens from there.
And Wangaratta, they just got to keep doing what they're doing, don't they? They don't want to change too much. I think Boardingong's doing an all right job on Murphy, because a lot of balls going through him every time they go inside 50, but there's nothing you really have to change with them, is there?
I wouldn't have thought so. The main players are getting plenty of touches. Keep the spread, keep the pressure on them around the stoppages, make sure that the method that they're putting in place continues, and the results will come. And constant pressure and constant ball inside their forward 50, and the floodgates will open even more so than what they have so far.
Absolutely spot on. If you're just joining us, it's a 40-point lead to the Wangaratta Magpies here at John Flower Oval. Elimination final in the SS&A Ovens and Murray. That's the end of our halftime show. Thanks to Elders Rural. After this break, we'll be back with all the second half action on O&M Live, because on O&M Live, you won't miss a thing.
Adroit Insurance and Risk, your local insurance advisor. Able to tailor insurance programs to support your business.
And we're proud to support our local community.
I reckon I'll go mid.
Carlton Dry 3.5. Embrace the mid.
What's your future look like? Where do you want to be? Whatever it looks like, with GoTAFE, you've got this. Get real skills for real jobs and careers right now. Search GoTAFE today.
The new Nissan Navara has landed at McRae Nissan with a tougher, more rugged design, Nissan intelligent mobility, advanced off-road capabilities, and a host of on-road refinement. Test drive one today at McRae Nissan.
The Ovens and Murray Football League is proudly sponsored by Opal. Thinking packaging? Discover Opal.
With Optus Home Internet, you get more yes. Which means less family screen time and more harmony with powerful Wi-Fi. Get the Ultra Wi-Fi modem at no extra cost.
Welcome to Sundancer Homes. We make building your dream home exciting and stress-free. Backed by over 30 years of experience, one of many reasons why we provide a lifetime structural guarantee. Visit our information centre at Dean Street, Albury.
This goes out to all the runners, the racers, the chasers, out of the box, and primed for the show. On your marks, get set. Running too late. Being first out the gate. Get the fit you need. The athlete's foot. Fit for every run.
Every day we look after our family first. We go on adventures, we entertain with them, we care for them. Tobin Brothers Funerals will look after your family too. With a fixed price funeral plan, you can be assured your family won't be burdened by the cost of your funeral. Tobin Brothers are a trusted name since 1934 and take pride in creating funeral solutions. Tobin Brothers Funerals, Wodonga and Corowa.
Ferguson and Fent Dealer.
O&M Live on 2AY.
So we're back here for the second half of the elimination final. The Magpies in full control. At the moment they lead by 40 points. Let's have a look. Ball on the far side, right of centre wing. Ellis and also Campbell in the contest. Ball out of bounds and we'll have a boundary throw in. So welcome back to John Flower Oval, Martin Park. Scotty, overcast here. Good crowd in though, but the Maggies had just put on a show in the first half.
Absolutely, they did get this 40-point lead. They were just running on top of the ground through the middle of the ground and just showing North Albury how it's done.
Here's Penny. So Sharrock inside to Ellis. So what can they produce in this second half? The green and gold, they just got a lift. They've been so disappointing. It's the worst they've played for such a long time, Blake Hesker.
Yeah, certainly, Luke Francis. It's hard to believe this was a side that almost beat a team who's going to minimum feature in a preliminary final last week on their home deck in Myrtleford by a point. And then 7 days or 8 days later, they've kicked 1 goal and a half for footy, albeit they have had a couple of opportunities, but they've been so poor. Ball up on the far side. Ball comes forward here. Winter, tackled by Federico. Hayes looks like he's gone up around the football. Winter gets it out to Rigoni. McIntosh, smart, clears it as far as he can for the Magpies. It's been marked by Flynn Gardner in the middle of Martin Park. He wants to bite off an aggressive one. It's not a great kick. Wide tied to her at bootlace level, picks it up, grabs it forward here to Hayden. He's tackled by Rigoni and he's caught holding the ball for the Hoppers. Flack takes the advantage.
He does, and he goes out wide. Kane picking up Julian Hayes, who marks it true centre wing on the far side of the ground, and he goes with a 40-metre kick up the line wide for Murphy. Picks it up now, keeps it in the field of play. No, he doesn't. Boundary umpire calls it, so it's 70 out from the hospital end. Bobby, what was your best stat from the first half thanks to 40 weeks?
Clearly the stoppage around the ground was the one that stood out for mine, and Wangaratta Magpies was 19-5 around the ground, so that's an area that they would like to continue their dominance, but already North already made some sort of adjustments around there.
8-4 plays 1-6. The Maggies up. Here goes Reynolds inside 50. Well, Nathan has slipped at a crucial stage. Rigoni goes through. Here's Flack. Feeds it out to Arch Gardner. Swings it around his body. Right foot bouncing ball. Bordignon goes back. And it goes through for 1- score. So 52 plays 13. 52 plays 13. North Albury still with 1 goal We've only gone, 3 minutes in the third term, thanks to NZ.
Luke Francis with you for Wiesners. McRae Motors. Barrett with a beautiful kick in. Straight down the middle. And look at the spread from the Wang Magpies, especially here on the broadcast side. Bean is out. The kick's poor. It's off the instep. And Foster Gardner, who's probably been one of the Hoppers' best, bites it off. He goes inside 50 with a shallow entry. Not a great kick for Murphy. Can't mark it when the ball hits the ground. Wide tight tour. Goes by hand. Calm. Out of defence is Sharrock. Hugs the boundary line. Cullen has been okay in the first half. Tries a better couple of pies. Bean does well. Craven on to Clark, and here the pies go down the wing.
Yeah, here he goes, Jackson, and he drives it forward. Mooney playing in front. Has one bite at it. Weaven's got to go after it. Great work from Tweedale to get it to Laverty. Mooney off Federico. Wins the footy. Turns it over. Coughs it up to Hayes, and then on to Campbell and out to Mooney. He goes with a short pass to Jackson Wiedemann. So they're in their defensive 50. At the Pearce Street end, Jackson waving out a lead. Who's he got right out wide there? It's Tim Broomhead. How many now, Bobby?
That's 8 for 40 winks for Timmy.
So he's been quiet, Timmy, but by gee, he's had some friends. Just not on today, the Hoppers, but what can they build for from here? Here's Caden Winner. And he goes with a 30-metre kick to Tristan, a half forward to Leighton Taylor. So this is better. So he's 60 out. Leighton, now, can he find some space inside 50? That's the question. Off to Jackson Wiedemann. Look at that for a kick. He's got it, down to Murphy. It got punched away from him. Massive kick from Wiedemann going in. Witter's kick to goal. Touched to Malign. So the Hoppers, well, nothing's going right at the moment. Just luckless, Scotty.
Yeah, absolutely. It was a great crumb there from Wizard Winter, wasn't it? Just really hit it at pace, got on the boot quickly, but just touched off the boot and threw from another minor score for the Hoppers.
The Barrett kick in is a beauty to Federico. It's where the Magpies are dangerous on the spread. Bites off a 45. Sharrock marks, point of the square. Defensive half of the ground. Runs 5 metres casually. Kick was a bit of a wobbly one. Cullen takes a mark for North Albury, who has had an okay game today. Darcy Cullen playing on Jackson Clark, coming off 6 goals last week. He's going to play on. Kick a long, penetrating kick to half forward. Gets out the back here, Winter, on this football. Well done, Fraser Ellis. Winter on hands and knees. Leighton Taylor picks it up, jams it on the boot. Murphy playing in front of Boardington. Boardington does well, wants the boundary line, gets the boundary line. Murphy wants a free kick. Umpire not buying it. And we have a boundary throw-in right in front of the scoreboard. 52 plays 14. Inspirations Paint scoreboard. Bob Jackson, 40 winks.
Already early in this third quarter, North Albury had the 5 inside 50, so they've had some positive reinforcements made at half-time, and they've made the adjustments.
Maggie's up by 38 points in the elimination final. Arch Gardner. There's a whistle.
Been pinged for throwing it, boys.
Yep. Scotty for the Newmarket. It's coming back to Dan Sharrock. Roberts wants it on the broadcast side. Dan doesn't like the option. Gotchling's on short. He's going for him now. Gets him. So Hunter with the pill. 40 out from the hospital end. Wants the heart of Martin Park. He gets Grossman, so good running. Roberts still wants a broadcast side. They're ignoring him again. Whiteside touring a one-on-one with Nathan Dennis. Nice work from Weaven. Tries to keep control of the footy. Whiteside tour wins it back for the Maggies. So a little scrappy here on the flank. Dennis got brought down. Laverty goes after it. Wants to swing around one way, back the other. Finding Roberts, who gets it on his boot. Goes over the top of Foster Gardner. Being in a one-on-one with Flynn Gardner. Rigoni to Hayes. Misses his target in Darcy Cullen. Boy, out of bounds.
Monty for the Newmarket Hotel. Intensity is at least lifted for North Albury.
Yeah, it definitely has. It's going to be a free kick off the ball here. It's going to go to Laverty against Harry Weathen.
What was that for, Monty?
Bumped him and took him to ground. There's a bit of push and shove between Cullen and Laverty, and then, it was, Weaven just come in and put him to the ground.
A couple of times Weaven's been sucked in. Laverty sells a bit of candy on the mark, kicks it into the pocket. Clark overruns the football. Gardner, desperate as always. That was Flynn. Being tight in the pocket. Matt Hayden centres the ball cleverly. Ellis held in a contest with Campbell. Penny's there to lend a hand for the Hoppers in defence. He's happy to see it over the boundary line. And it'll be thrown back in 50 around from the Wang Magpies goal. How many inside 50s? Bob Jackson, third term.
It's 5-3 in favour of Wang Magpies. A couple of hot starts. Dan Sharrock and Alex Federico have had three early touches in this third quarter.
Yeah, thought Blake Escott called it perfectly for McRae Motors. Ellis, I thought, was being held also by Isaac Campbell. Ball back into play. Wiedemann. Jackson on the boot. Hacks it out of congestion. It's coming back. Harrison Smart's got it. And he goes in with a high entry here to the Pierce Street end. On McIntosh. Nui took the mark. Cullen. Low hand pass to Hayes. He gets it to Campbell. So 52 plays, 14. The Maggies up in the elimination final on O&M Live, 1490 2AY and 102.1 Edge FM. Hope you're enjoying the live stream also. For Snap Print Solutions, here's Reynolds. And he sends it. Murphy winding up. Yeah, so you heard the crowd from the grandstand, the Hoppers fans, Scotty. They were vocal.
Very vocal. Wasn't much in it, so yeah, didn't mind the call just to go back and have his shot. And this is one, he just needs this for his confidence here, Joshy. He's had one of those days, kicked the 1-goal one, and yeah, hasn't all gone his way at the moment, but if he can put this one through, could just get a bit of momentum going North Albury's way.
He's a young man brimming with talent, and if ever his clubs needed him, it's right now. It's a low driving kick, it's left. Oh, Melville, no, he marked that. Play goes on. Hoppers win it back. Misses Kieran Duncan in the pocket. Out of bounds.
Bob Jackson, 40 winks.
40 winks there. Julian Hayes, he's got to work across half-back and try to provide some run for his team, and he's had the 4 touches early. Archer Gardner's got to work as well, and as Ben Regani's been busy around the stoppages, he had 3 touches early.
Boundary throw-in. Deep in 50 for the Hoppers as Crowley's brought down in a strong tackle, and we'll have another restart here in the 50 for North Albury, who have only kicked 1 goal to the 9th minute mark of the 3rd quarter for NZ. Knowles out of the stoppage. Campbell in front position. He's going to get a free kick for a hold. Much to the delight of the Hopper fans and the Twos boys in the grandstand here. It's a very heavily congested forward 50 for North Albury. Lots and white and black jumpers. So he's going to sit this up and hope for a flyer. Big fist from Knowlesy, who's doing well. Barrett, clever tap out the back. Waitai to a swoops on the football as Campbell smothers the ball over the line. And at least they're having some territory, Bob Jackson. What's the 40-wing stat sheet telling us?
It's telling us a 7 inside 50s early doors for North Albury in this 2nd quarter. So you're dead right. They've brought some energy. They've brought some forward half pressure, on the back of Julian Hayes, driving the footy from half back. So the energy's certainly lifted and the response is coming.
Arch Gardner. O'Keefe goes in. Sharrock, nicely done to Norton. And Tyler goes out wide for the running Ellis. Marks in front of McIntosh. 52 plays, 14. 52 plays, 14. The Wang Maggies up over the Hoppers at John Flair Oval, Martin Park in the elimination final. Here's Sharrock. He goes short to Ellis. Just backward with centre wing. And he switches it. So the retreat here. Lose a lot of ground to Knowles and on to Barrett. Wanting Waitai to it, so they know what they're doing, so professional. Left foot to Federico, over the top he goes. Went by Barrett, Penny slipped over. Wiedemann goes in, Cam has him one-armed.
Throw.
Yeah, it was a really good tackle there from Barrett. He tried to fend him off, Jackson just grabbed the arm and didn't allow him to get a handball and then just shuffled it out in the end.
So Cam Barrett with possession for the Maggies, and he comes broadcast side.
Look at that. Beautiful kick to Marjanovic, who had 15 metres of space on his own at half forward. And it's now a heavily congested forward 50 for the Magpies. Left foot kick off a steps a beauty. Finds Will Walker O'Keefe in a little pocket all on his own. And he will line up 45 metres out, 45-degree angle.
He worked so hard there, Walker. He went a couple of times, 3 or 4 leads, and then was able to find that little pocket of space. And it was a beautiful kick from Marjanovic just to pop it over one defender and in between 3 others. So it was fantastic work from the forward line, just their work rate.
So Will O'Keefe, small forward for the Wang Magpies. Kicked the 8 goals in season 2025. None more important than this. This to extend the margin, all thanks to Inspirations. Payne, it hits the post. His 2nd poster for the day as he was lining up to celebrate. No scoreboard here at Martin Park, but I can tell you that the Magpies lead by a fair margin, all thanks for Inspirations Paint. We'll get that score to you when we can, Luke Francis.
Certainly will, Panda. Blake Escott calling for McRae Motors. Bobby Jackson on the 40-wing stats, and Scott Montgomery boundary side for that wonderful establishment, the Newmarket Hotel. Here's Cullen. Darcy goes off half-back. He's wanting Jackson Wiedemann. Ball rolling. Out of bounds. Bobby Jackson, over to you.
After 6 inside 50s in a row, North Albury, Wangaratta Magpies got the next one and had a shot on goal. So that's a bit of heartbreaking stuff for North Albury. They would have liked a bit more bang for their buck with 6 in a row compared to North Albury getting an uncontested mark based inside their 50, having a shot on goal.
8-5-53 plays 1-8-14. So, again, I know we're repeating ourselves, but North Albury with just the one goal in the elimination final. We've gone 13 in the third term for NZ.
We certainly have, Lukey, for Macrae Motors. Certainly lifted their intensity of the Hoppers in this third quarter. Of course, do or die. The Lavington Panthers await the winner in this game at the Albury Sports Ground next Sunday. Bob Jackson?
This is going the same way as the second quarter, boys. The first 12 minutes was unscored in that second quarter. We're unscored at the moment for 14 minutes, so there's the same sort of pattern happening here.
Around the ground, some Mr. Stoves. Chilton 42, lead Thurgoona 34 out in the Tallangatta District Footy League semi-final out there. Flynn Gardner, once again, he's been North Albury's best, intercepting across half-back. His kick, though, was poor. Will O'Keefe, Johnny on the spot, almost intercepted for the Pies. He applies a tackle on Jack King. He'll have a ball up on the 50-yard for the Wang Magpies. 53 plays 14. Pies in cruise control, Lukey, for Macrae Motors.
Yeah, you're right about that, Panda. Scotty, the Hoppers have played tentative, apprehensive football all day.
Yeah, they have. And every time they try to take it on, their skill just hasn't been up to it and turned it over pretty easily.
Yeah. Stoppage, 40 out. Pierce Street end. Bobby, are we taking marks inside 50 for 40 wings?
We are. Not a hell of a lot. Lukey, it's 6 apiece inside 50.
Great work. Jasper Craven brought down.
Elimination final crowd from the Ovens and Murray. Lukey, 2,309. So a little bit bigger than yesterday.
Yeah, nice. Tweedale, Rigoni on the boot with a clearing kick. Crelly at the back, Batten at the front. Maggies, here's Hayes. Sweeping hand pass, good vision to Reynolds, to Rigoni. Out wide to Crelly, so they link up beautifully. Wide, Wiedemann in a one-on-one. Jackson not quite, keeps front spot. Now he's in trouble. So he wins the free kick. Interesting special comments coming from the grandstand. There's Wiedemann, and he goes with a centering kick. Tweedale, he couldn't quite claim it. Duncan, was that a dump tackle? Gee, it must have been close. Umpire to take a 20-out hospital end.
So a ball up inside the forward 50 for North Albury. 53 plays 14. Magpies up by 39 points. Wiedemann grabs it out of the ruck. Gardner snaps. Hoppers finally have their seconds. Ruck craft from Jackson Wiedemann. Something to cheer about for Archer Gardner, and the Hoppers move the 2-8-20 to Wang Magpies 8-5-53. We've played 15 minutes for NZ.
Well, to say they needed that one was a bit of an understatement, wasn't it? So it was a really good finish there from Archie Gardner. He's one of those class players who just need to get the ball in his hands a lot more because he's a guy that can give him a bit of a spark.
You feel as though they've had majority of the play this quarter, Monty, and that would have been heartbreaking for Wangaratta to kick the first couple of goals this third quarter, but you can't just break even. You need to get some momentum and really roll forward. They need to slice into this margin right now.
So it's back to 33 points, 6 goals in it. Tweedale Mooney this time in the centre as the umpire sends it up. Beautiful ruck contest. Arch Gardner, the last goal kicker. Ellis takes the mark. So here's Fraser. And he goes on the move. He chews up some grass and he thumps it in there. They get a good entry. Flynn Gardner over the back. Craven, left foot, wide. Laverty's marked it. Gee, that turned out all right, Scotty.
Yeah, Harry Weaven left him just come up to try and influence the contest, and he got nowhere near it. And then obviously Wangaratta went a quick boot from Bean, and yeah, he lands on the chest of Laverty in the forward pocket.
Well, last week against the Albury Tigers, he kicked a banana from the very same spot at Norm Inns. And he's going to go with it now. Left foot. No, he didn't like it.
No, he loves it.
Oh, he loves it. Okay, he does. There you go. I don't know if you need to celebrate when you're up by so much, Panda. That's a treble for Laverty.
Very unassuming celebration there. A couple of weeks ago we saw him do the celly, so very, very subdued there for Xavier Laverty, who's very much the target today in that forward 50, and he's provided everything like we asked of him in the pre-match from his midfield as well. So the Wang Magpies have stemmed the flow, answered the goal from North Albury, and they'll push on here.
He loves the banana. We saw him kick a beautiful banana against North Albury in round 15 from the pocket, Lukey. So it's a weapon he's got in his arsenal. Xavier Laverty. Geez, Tweedale's leaping really high in the middle. Gardner, Archer, trying to get on this football and apply a little bit of pace. We have a ball up and a stoppage. Monty, it looks like North Albury have chucked Foster and Archer around the ball.
Yeah, Foster's still playing as that half forward. He's just rolling up really high. And probably going to Federico. Just looks like trying to do a bit of a stopping role on that.
Norton picks up the football, tackled straight away by Arch Gardner. Oh dear.
Ow.
Holding the ball. Not sure about that. Not sure you can play on like that as well. You've got to go behind your mark.
50!
So it's a free kick for holding the ball for North Albury. Norton didn't have much time at all to get rid of it. And Gardner's been called back behind his mark. Now he's allowed to do what he likes. He's going to go short to Jack King. Edge of the square. 20 plays 59. 18 played for NZ. Magpies in cruise control by 39. King goes into the pocket. Mooney. Probably should have got two hands to it. Big tackle applied on Flack. Magpies defence been outstanding all day. Norton's clearing kick has been marked out there by Matty Hayden, who's pushed up the ground, and he marks at half back.
Hayden to Ellis, and then back to Matt. Long kick down the line. Clark got up high. Couldn't take it in. Bean. Nice front and centre. Arch Gardner, as he kept it in, no. Ball out of bounds. Rightio, Bobby, what's your best for 40 weeks?
Dan Sharrock's got to work in his third quarter. He's had the 6 touches, which takes his match tally to 18 for 40 winks. And also Archer Gardner and Julian Hayes, they've had the 6 as well. They've really come to play in this third quarter.
Tweedale front spot. Tried to get it down to Federico. Arch Gardner and Craven. Good strong contest, ball out of bounds. Rightio, Bobby.
No, it's a push in the back, free kick to Archer Gardner.
We'll go around the grounds for Mr. Stoves.
Out at Kerwa Sandy Creek, we have a 8-point lead to Chiltern Swans over Thurgoona Bulldogs, 42-32.
Here's a bit of link-up play for North Albury through the middle of the ground. Flack goes in towards Murphy. Run and jump. When he's got the jukes up today, he's looked really good. Has Josh Murphy on the lead. Good play for the Hoppers. Their first real dash through the middle of the ground, Monty, and Murph can line up for his second directly in front.
First time for a long time. He's had a bit of space in front of him to lead into too for Josh Murphy. Just looks like they're trying to get the half forwards up a little bit higher, which creates a bit more space for him because they know how dangerous he can be on that lead. And Boardinghong was right there with him, but just too strong in the air from Josh Murphy.
He's clunked 3 or 4 today, has Josh. Hasn't had his kicking boots on though. He's kicked 1 goal, 1. And a couple out on the full. That, though, looks pretty good. Straight through the middle for Josh Murphy. The Hoppers get their second of the quarter, and the margin's back to 33 points. 26 plays 59. For NZ, we've gone 21 minutes.
So Josh Murphy's kicked his 61st goal for the season. He's been outstanding today. And all of a sudden, with some forward 50, inside 50s, we're looking at 9 for North Albury this quarter. They're starting to get some ball inside their danger area and give them access to the goal. So, yeah, good signs, pushing forward. They need to make some severe inroads in these last couple of minutes of this third quarter.
Yes, so the elimination final led by the Maggies at present, 9-5-59 to 3-8-26. Back in the middle of the ground, here's Gotchling trying to break through. Arch Gardner bursts away for the green and goal. Look at that. Into Nathan Dennis. You haven't seen much of Nathan today. It's been very quiet. King wanted to receive the hand pass. So Nathan, he'll have a shot from 55 out. He wheels around, awful. Smothered by Barrett. And O'Keefe takes the ball in at the bottom of the pack.
With Archie Gardner going around the ball, it looks like they've just got a bit more life about him, don't they? And he's finally getting it in his hands, so he looks like he's the most dangerous midfielder at the moment.
It's a good call, Monty. Federico, how clean are his hands? The ball went that high, it went above the grandstand roof, and I lost it momentarily as King intercepts for the Hoppers. He's going to reload in once again. Murphy goes from behind. Winter at ground level. Dogger Dennis intercepts. He's going to dribble it from the pocket. It's a beautiful intercept marked by Hunter Gotchling. Working hard in defence of the Wang Magpies. Kick wasn't great from Dennis. They have it in the deep back pocket through Fraser Ellis. 26 plays 59 for Inspiration's paint. Ellis, his kick though. out of bounds for a throw-in. Looks like Julian Hayes was going to intercept at one stage. Bobby Jackson, we'll go to you, 40 winks.
Just to support Monty's move of Archer Gardner around the foot. He's had 8 for 40 winks since the third quarter. He's really got to work and really provided some spark around those stoppages. Good call, Monty.
So
Thanks,
no
Bob.
tomorrow for one of these two teams. Of course, the winner to advance and take on the Lavington Panthers in the second week of the O&M finals. Here's Weaving, trying to weave out of trouble, and he's got hauled in. No attempts. Matt Hayden, 70 out for the Maggies. Laverty couldn't take the ball in. Flynn Gardner comes away, right foot short to Rigoni. Is that out of bounds on the full?
Yep.
Yes.
Okay, so guess who's got it? Jackson Clark. He's well capable of kicking this, Scotty.
Yeah, distance might just trouble him, but he's just lowering their eyes at the moment, trying to find a lead.
Yeah, when this guy latches onto them, they sail a mile. Jackson Clark, and he thumps it in there.
Oh.
It's right up towards the square. Campbell comes over the top, double fister, through for one minor score. So 60 plays 26, 60 plays 26. The Maggies well in front at Martin Park on the Inspirations Pate scoreboard.
Monty, we might head for you to the boundary. Any updates down there for the Newmarket?
No, both teams getting pretty high rotations now. Obviously 23 minutes, nearly 24 minutes gone in this third quarter. A few on pickle juices getting around as well, so hasn't been that warm, but yeah, obviously high intensity.
Hayes' kick-in's going to come straight back. Craven ignored the handball received, took a flying shot from 55. Ban! Early body work. Marks plays on and goals in the goal square. He's been good. Maxi, that's his second. Magpies extend the margin back out to 40 points, 66 to 26, 24 played for NZ.
Just a really poor position to turn the ball over there, obviously long to a pack, and Wangaratta just goes straight back in, and one-on-one, Ben did really good body work there, just a little shove in the chest, which obviously as he's come back he'll have to do, and nice little goal to finish.
Just a response around the stoppages and around the ground. Dan Sherrick's had the 6. Alex Federico's also had the 6. He's had 20 for the day, and he's had a really big day, the Prince. He's got to work around the stoppages and also provided plenty of good ball for outside runners.
Yeah, well, it's a shame the North Albury Football Club have chosen the elimination final to put in their probably worst performance in 2 years, I reckon. They're just completely unrecognisable at present. Now here's Flack going after it, right of centre wing on the far side. Ellis after him, and they clamp the ball in at the bottom. So on the flank, wide out. We'll have a stoppage here. Third term for Wiesners. Blake Escott and Luke Francis calling for McRae Motors. Bobby Jackson doing a great job on the 40-wing stats. Scott Montgomery at ground level for the Newmarket. Here's Gotchling. King for the Hoppers. And Melville breaks through. Craven gets away. This might be another one. It is. It is. And that's 3 for Jasper. They are on fire, the Magpies, on a Saturday afternoon on O&M Live, and it's a Sunday.
That man, Squid Melville there, just come charging through, won the hard ball, and then got a handball forward, and Craven was on the end of it. But the game of Squid Melville right now, considering he's on one leg nearly, he's been first class.
Yeah, 15 for 40 wings for Squid today, Monty. He's been inspirational. Considering we put a red line through him in the warm-up, he was on one leg with a calf heavily strapped. He's pretty much controlled the tempo of the game and controlled his own tempo as well, and he's been a big contributor on a Sunday.
I have to get a calendar, I think.
Sunday the 31st of August, Luke Francis.
Spring tomorrow. I think I'm solar powered.
It is spring tomorrow, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's going to be a springful September for the Magpies because they're going to take on the Lavington Panthers next week. You'd expect now with the margin at 46 points with only a couple of minutes left in this third quarter. Penny into Murphy again, who's tried his ringer off all day, Josh Murphy, and he will line up right in front of the scoreboard for goal number 3. Pretty tight angle, pretty big distance.
Again, it's a move they've made where they've been able to get the half forwards up the ground a little bit. You see Jack Penny there on half forward flank was able to get the touch and get it inside 50, but it's creating so much space for his leading lane for Josh Murphy. And just need to get in his hands a little bit more often, to give themselves a chance. But obviously, as Panthers touched on, 46 points, a long way to come back, nearly at three-quarter time.
Tight angle, probably 5 or 6 metres in from the boundary. Josh Murphy will kick from 47 metres. Kick on the way, looks pretty good. Murph's got his third. He's had a real crack for the North Albury Hoppers. They've got their 4th, 3 in this third quarter. Margin back to 40 points, 32 plays 72.
That's number 62 for Murph this year, and he's had a fantastic fantastic year with the boot in front of goal, and he's really provided a target. And the inside 50s, they've dominated 12 to 8 in this quarter, North Albury. They've really made some changes structurally and around the stoppages, but they just can't seem to crack the wall and get a run on with the score.
How are we going out at Santa Creek, Bobby? And the TDFL for Mr. Stowes.
Looks like it's three-quarter time there. Luke, I'll get one in for you in a second.
Okay, Wiedemann clearly won the tap. Gotchling taken down in a strong tackle by Jackson Wiedemann. Just left of the centre. So we've had a good crowd here this afternoon. We'll just repeat that. Netball winner in the A grade, Panda, this afternoon. The
For Ray White, Wodonga, Lavington beat North Albury, and they will take on Corowa next week, Lukey.
Beautiful. Federico. Reynolds going back. Being knocked away from him. High. So there's a sign to bring three-quarter time at John Flower Oval. So Max Bean will be shooting Panda at his third goal.
He's had a pretty good afternoon, Monty. You reckon he's got the distance from 55?
No. I don't think he does. It's probably going to be just outside. He looks like he's going to hold it for like a barrel, so you can tell he's
for the
not
barrel,
confident.
Max.
That's what he's doing. He'll have to kick from inside the square.
He's a dangerous type, and he goes for the torpy, and he's got onto it. Max Bean, it's going. It is a sensational goal. It is a Sunjan goal of the day on On-M Live at Cracker on 1494 2AY and 102.1 Edge FM.
Wow. What a goal from Max Bean, who launched it into the stratosphere. Beautifully called from Lukey Francis. That's a couple of times we've seen barrels after the siren this year. Dylan Wilson did one back in round 6, and Max Bean has gone hold my beer. Magpies look on, margin 46 points at three-quarter time. They're leading the Hoppers 78-32. It's O&M Live, where you won't miss a thing.
Adroit Insurance and Risk, your local insurance advisor, able to tailor insurance programs to support your business.
And we're proud to support our local community.
I reckon I'll go mid.
Carlton Dry 3.5. Embrace the mid.
What's your future look like? Where do you want to be? Whatever it looks like, with GoTAFE, you've got this. Get real skills for real jobs and careers right now. Search GoTAFE today.
The new Nissan Navara has landed at McRae Nissan with a tougher, more rugged design, Nissan intelligent mobility, advanced off-road capabilities, and a host of on-road refinement. Test drive one today at McRae Nissan.
The Ovens and Murray Football League is proudly sponsored by Opal. Thinking packaging? Discover Opal.
With Optus Home Internet, you get more yes, which means less family screen time and more harmony with powerful Wi-Fi. Get the Ultra Wi-Fi modem at no extra cost.
Welcome to Sundancer Homes. We make building your dream home exciting and stress-free. Backed by over 30 years of experience, one of many reasons why we provide a lifetime structural guarantee. Visit our information centre at Dean Street, Albury.
This goes out to all the runners, the racers, the chasers, out of the box, and primed for the show. On your marks, get set. Running till late. Being first out the gate. Get the fit you need. The athlete's foot. Fit for every run.
Every day we look after our family first. We go on adventures, we entertain with them, we care for them. Tobin Brothers Funerals will look after your family too. With a fixed price funeral plan, you can be assured your family won't be burdened by the cost of your funeral. Tobin Brothers are a trusted name since 1934 and take pride in creating funeral solutions. Tobin Brothers Funerals, Wodonga and Corowa.
Owned and operated.
OMFNL Live on 2AY.
What an end to the third quarter. Maxi being pounding a big torpedo after the siren from 55, if you don't mind, means the Wangaratta Magpies lead by 46 points in the elimination final. Blake Panderet's got with you, Lukey Francis, Scott Montgomery. We'll head to Bobby Jackson for a 40-wing stat update. And our quarters best for Chanel shower screens and wardrobes.
Quarters best, I had Alex Federico with the 8 and Archie Gardner with the 8 for respective sides. But all up, we've got Alex Federico's had 22 touches for the day. Dan Sherrick's had 18 for the Wangaratta Magpies, and for the North Albury Hoppers, Julian Hayes has had 15 and Jackson Wiedemann's had 14. But Archie Gardner had 8 that quarter to take him to 11 for the game. But we were all talking about Maxi being there after that goal off the siren. He's had 3 goals, so he's been pretty influential as well inside that forward 50 for Wang Magpies. Scott
Montgomery, we'll head down to the for the Newmarket. Which huddle were you at 3
I was at the Wangaratta
time?
huddle. Listening to Jace Heatley, and he said it kind of felt like they come out like a boxer. They come out swinging a little bit, just trying some different things, and it took them to land a punch before they sort of snapped back into it, Wangaratta, and he said they kind of responded well, but expects a bit more from their leaders in this last quarter, and just going to let Jackson Clark go for 5 minutes through the middle of the ground.
So away we go in the final turn. The Maggies by 46 points. They've been dominant at John Flair Oval. Radio back in the middle, just right of his centre. Wiedemann tried to get rid of Knowles. Clark got a hand to it. Ball on the turf. Hayes, nice work to Kane Flack, who circles around, gets on his right foot. Barrett, look at that. Gee, that's great defending in front of Nathan Dennis. Reynolds wins it though. Inside border Arch Gardner. Tumbling ball inside 50. Murphy, he should have taken that mark. And then Bordignon hacks it out. Melville, and they're on the move now, the Maggies.
Brad Melville goes short to the man of the minute, Max Behan. Centering ball, finds Gotchling, well-weighted kick. Max Behan with a beautiful kick to Gotchling. He plays on and kicks to Brad Melville. That was too easy for the Wang Magpies, and Squid can put the margin to 52 points.
That kick from Maxi Behan there, I tell you what, he's got some confidence up after that torpedo, doesn't he? It's beautifully just well-weighted to Hunter Gotchling, and then again, unselfish from Hunter. Probably could have gone back with the game where it is and had a shot, but finds Melville, who ran on really strongly from his possession on centre wing here. So they're just running on top of the ground here, Wangaratta Magpies.
How many for Squid, Bobby?
Squid, that is number 17 for 40 winks.
Off half-back. Clearly not at 100%, but he doesn't need to be. Just needs to damage you with every single possession. Comes in. Not a great kick from Brad Melville. Usually a certainty from that situation. 30 out slide angle. He's missed it to the right. Margin goes to 47 points. We've gone around a minute and a half for NZ.
Lake Escott calling for McRae Motors this afternoon on O&M Live on 1494 2AY and 102.1 Edge FM. And if you're at home, or wherever you may be, enjoying the live stream, it's thanks to Snap Print Solutions. Hope you've enjoyed the elimination final. Here goes Hayes, right out wide. Bat in front spot. Wiedemann at the back. His wide tie tour. Ball goes out of bounds. Inside 50s for the game, Bobby.
Inside 50s for the games is 37 to 25 in favour of Wangaratta Magpies.
So up by 12 in that stats, according to Bobby J.
Spot on if it's according to Bobby J.
Absolutely, doesn't 100%. Miss a thing, our man. Should have seen him pre-game, rocked up with 5 or 6 bits of paper, 4 or 5 old critics. He's got his own way of doing things, Bobby, and it works.
It's always nearly number one.
Not necessarily the right way, but Whatever works.
Might go around the grounds if we can. A TDFL score for Mr. Stoves in the third quarter, Bobby.
Chiltern Swans are 55-35 in front of the Taguna Bulldogs out at Kiwasini Creek.
Bobby usually goes for about a 20k run on the morning of a game too, Panda.
Just an easy half marathon for our man.
That's it. And then downs about 10 Red Bulls.
That's all he saw. It's two games in a row. He's had to do it twice.
That's it. Here's Penny. And he breaks away, does Jack. Inside 50. Murphy, no, knocked away from Bordenyon. Murphy gets it back, snaps it, rolling, hits the post. Second time they've hit the post at that end today, the Hoppers. As Barrett brings it out for the Maggies, so you don't need me to tell you, it just hasn't been the green and gold's day today. The Maggies all over them.
King has an option short. It's Caden Winter, who has a congested forward 50. Good lead comes from Penny, completely ignored it. He was all on his own, and that's a really poor kick, Monty. Penny was all on his own inside 50.
Yeah, just wanted off his mark too, so the umpire called play on, and he was able to get a bit of pressure from behind from Norton there, so just, yeah, a little bit lax there, a little bit from the North Albury Hoppers.
Cullen did well to impact the contest on Hayden. He shovels it back to Reynolds. His kick was a wobbly old one off the instep. Kane Flack with a bit of space inside 50. Loads up with a wobbly old one. It looked good. Only problem was it fell about 15 metres short. Ellis, kick across goals, was careful. Waitai Tua marks right on the paint. Maggie's in cruise control, 79-33 over the Hoppers. Border Carpets Wodonga scoreboard.
Waitai Tua, a man who'll probably end up in the O&M Hall of Fame one day just for his name alone.
He's also a very good footballer, Lukey.
He's a very good player, Ben. And here he is, Waitai on cue, as they say. He's going to come broadcast side to Ellis. Fraser goes short. Picks up Harrison Smart. So at the moment, 12-7-79, plays 4-9-33. The Maggies well up. Gee, they're a good football club. Here's Flack, though, to Cullen. Darcy swings it in. Rigoni just over his head. Magpies for Sharrock, spins around. Geez, classy to Knowles. Now Maxi Bean, what can he do here? Well done by Flynn Garner. He's been one of the Hoppers' best today. He breaks away and he goes to Jack Penny.
Not just today, Lukey, all year. He's going to feature heavily in North Albury's best and fairest, you would think. Penny's kicked a half forward. Taylor couldn't mark. Magpies have numbers in defence. Smart, one of those. Under pressure, had to get rid of it hurriedly. They pounce on Federico, the Prince. And we'll have a ball up inside 50 for North Albury. Inside 50 is Bobby Jackson, fourth term.
Fourth term is 6-2-1 in favour of North Albury.
So they started this quarter like they did the third. Only problem is they're 46 behind to the Wang Magpies for Border Carpets. Barrett out of the back of the stoppage. Careful kick to Clark at right half back. All this happening on the far wing. Good kick to Max Bean, who's all on his own at half forward. Ball runs over the line and out of bounds. Scott Montgomery will head down to the boundary for the Newmarket Hotel.
Yeah, just the transition work of Wangaratta today has been first class. Their skill level's been on another level compared to North Albury, and that's probably why the scoreboard looks the way it does. It's got better looks in better positions because of their skill use.
How are we going in the TDFL, Bobby, for Mr. Stoves?
TDFL, Chiltern Swans are kicking away. They're 22 points in front of Taguna, 57-35, halfway through the third quarter.
Okay, so the winner of that game to play the Barnawatta Tigers next week. Of course, the Kiwasini Creek Hawks already through to the big one. And we're going to have a stoppage on the outer side here. 60 out from goal at the hospital end. 79 playing 33. Maggie's up over the Hoppers. Ball off. Knowles and Wiedemann. Well done by Jackson. Turned it over, though, by hand to Jasper Craven, who's been good today. Tweedo just got nudged out of it. Mooney takes the mark. So they're about to swing it to the broadcast side, are they? No, he goes straight up the middle. Good kick. He's found Foster Garner over the top to Kane Witter, and here goes Crelly.
Crelly through the middle of Martin Park, had to kick in a hurry. Josh Murphy, Bordinon just gave up on that. Murphy, sneaky little lead out to the right. He can line up for goal number 4, 45 out, 45-degree angle.
Yeah, the lead actually started towards the goal square, and then he spun back in a bit of a tick lead towards the kicker, and Board said, oh, I can't move like that anymore. Josh, you go get it. So that's what it looked like to me. But Murph, yeah, he's had a day. Could have been a day out if he had have kicked a bit straighter earlier on.
So he's kicked 3 goals, 2, and 1 didn't make the distance. Loads up here, Murphy. That is straight through the middle. He can hold his head up high, Josh Murphy. 4 goals, 6 last week, 10 in 2 weeks. That's 63 for the year for the young gun. Can't help but think, Monty, he'll be full-time VFL next year.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Or he should be looking elsewhere. He shouldn't be staying where he is down there because he should be getting a game every single week with the talent he possesses. And we see it week in, week out when he gets a game back here. And, yeah, he would have won the string easily if he had played every single game. So, yeah, he's just a talent and needs to get to a higher level.
7 inside 50s tells us there's a little bit of dominance towards the right of screen for the North Albury Hoppers. And yeah, they just need to get a really quick roll on him, Monty, and anything can happen.
It's a big ask.
Yes.
Ever the optimist, Bobby J.
Just trying to sell it.
Starting the bleeding obvious, Scotty, but Josh Murphy is one local player who's worth the price of admission to come and see.
Bums on seats, Lukey.
O'Keefe brought down.
It's been a sling tackle paid. Wasn't a lot in it. Just went on with it a little bit too much there, Ben Rigoni. So free kick to Walker.
Around the grounds for Mr. Stoves in the Hume League. How long? 46 over Lockhart 31.
That one being played at the Wangaratta Road Oval. Here's O'Keefe, and he goes in. In fact, let's have a look. Gotchling out the back to Knowles. Gee, there's some players in here. Look at them tearing in for the pill. There's Duncan. He gets it out. Reynolds wasn't the best hand pass to him. And Federico.
No.
Is there at the Wangaratta Road Oval today or Wulbundry?
Yep. No, Wangaratta Road.
Wangaratta Road, yep.
Try and get an Owen K score if we can as well. They're not the best with live scoring. Other fellas out in the Owen K. Foster Gardner, clever little punch from the stoppage to King, who's been okay for the Hoppers today. High up and under. Roberts probably should have been front on contact. Murphy creamed in a big tackle. Then we'll have a ball up just to the broadcast side of the centre circle, in between the square and the circle. 79 plays 39. 1 goal in this fourth quarter for Mac Jack Sheds to the way of Josh Murphy and the Hoppers. They've only kicked 5 for the day. Murph's kicked 4. Broomhead wraps up Norton. Norton, fair to say, on 3 occasions this year has done a very good job on Tim Broomhead. Also wins his own football as well. As we have another stoppage. Might head to you, Bobby Jackson, for 40 winks if we can.
Just to support that argument there, Panda, Tim Broomhead's had 8 touches for the day, so Tyler Norton's done a fantastic job in quelling the North Albury leader.
You're tuned into OMFNL Live. Sunday afternoon, John Flower Oval, Martin Park. All smart got brought down. Here goes Winter. Caden just got his kick away. Murphy caught under the ball, brought on by Bordignon. Taylor goes in, trying to slap it. Gets to his feet, turns it over to Tweedale. Smart, trying to take the footy in. Winter, nice. To Taylor, to Broomhead. Gee, that was good footy. And Crowley, yeah, he gets it. So Angus has got one. So nice work in close from the North Albury Hoppers, Scotty.
Absolutely was there. A bit of perseverance there for them, wasn't it? They just kept going and pushing it their way, and finally got out to Corelli in a bit of space, and he was able to finish nicely with that nice little snap from about 25 there.
Young Alice Curley from the Leeton Winton Crows, is that right, Luke?
That's it, Bobby.
In the Riverina Football League. Some really good footballers have come out of that region over the journey, and he's just another one that's come his way into the Ovens and Murray Footy League.
I was going to ask you a question in pre-game, Bobby,
yes,
but I completely forgot.
I'm glad you did forget about it.
What are Hay going to do with no Golden Rivers Footy League next year, which is actually quite sad?
Well, they're going to the Central Murray League, which probably geographically maybe is a little bit better for them in regards to travel.
Alrighty, there we go. Foster Gardner out of the middle for North Albury. Bananas at inside 50 to the lead of Josh Murphy, who's got 4 for the afternoon. Good tackle from Rigoni. Gets a free kick for holding the ball for North Albury. He's going to play on straight away. Kicks to the top of the goal square. Mooney resting forward. Juggles, not able to mark. Wiedemann picks it up and snaps it through. So 3 goals in the last quarter the way of the Hoppers. Margin back to 28 points. Be a big ass, Monty, for NZ.
Oh, it would be another 5 they need to kick, but yeah, it looks like Wangaratta just taking their foot off the gas a little bit here. They need to make sure that they don't let it get back to a 2-goal sort of option for North Albury, because they need to finish this game strongly, otherwise it could just put a seed of doubt for next week.
They've really lifted it around the ground, and in particular also inside 50s. They're 10-3, Monty. So they've got some real momentum heading in their way in regards to scoreboard pressure.
The real question is, where was this in the first half?
Correct.
That's a great question too, Monty. Not just a real one.
Okay, so big clearance here. Mooney and Knowles. Oh, Mooney got up very early. Knowles holding free kick. Now these.
They take too long to point which way, don't they, Lukey?
Pandy, you really got absolutely know which way they're going. You really don't. Here's Arch Gardner.
It wasn't a ruck free kick.
No.
It was clearly a hold.
Okay. Here's Arch. And he thumps it in there. Oh, gee, that's come off the side of the boot. Mooney, taken away from him. O'Keefe. Marjanovic just gets his kick away. Clark, look at that. Control on the footy. And he's sensing the moment, so he just slows it down. Ellis has run for him. He goes to Tristan half forward. Hayden knocked away from his grasp. Weaven to Hayes. And they need to go up the middle like this. Oh, Duncan. Bad hand pass for him. Craven goes out wide. Matt Hayden swings it towards goal. Flynn Gardner sits under it. Knocked out the front. Play goes on in the pocket. Hospital end. Thought Flynn Gardner got his head taken off. Weaving back to Broomhead, and the Hoppers are about to clear, are they? Yes.
Yeah, by hand. Cullen, wrong side for a left footer. It's a good kick though. Finds King, who's got it at right half back. He's going to bite off an aggressive one to Kane Flack. 51 plays 79. 11 minutes gone for NZ. Fourth term for Mac Jack Sheds. Flack goes short to Duncan, who's moved up the ground to half back. He's going to give it back to Kane Flack, who's going to go out wide to his roommate, housemate, and Jamie Mooney. Cullen Gully, premiership teammate, who's getting hemmed in out on the far side. Left foot kick is a bit of a hope. Goes out wide. I think Jackson Wiedemann's taken it. Down low he has. Thought they may have hit the ground. So Wiedemann, 2 kicks from home. Kicks into the pocket. Murphy on the lead, playing in front of Michael Boardington. He's going to play on straight away. Kick it from the arc of the 50. It's a bullet. It's a goal!
Oh.
Josh Murphy's kicked 5. And the Hoppers are back to 22 points. No mucking around there, Monty. He played on. It was a shallow kick, and he made it count.
Yeah, and the work from Dogger Dennis on the line to get Barrett out of the way was fantastic too, but that's exactly the play North Albury we've been waiting for. We could see them do it all year. They transitioned from this near side through the middle of the ground to get out the far side. Got in a couple of good grabs from Wiedemann first of all, and then Murphy on the lead, and really good finish from Big Josh again. It's kick number 5. It's got a little heartbeat again here, the Hoppers.
Yeah, thank goodness for Josh Murphy. The North Albury Football Club, haven't they just unearthed the start? It's been wonderful in this game this afternoon. Rodio back in the middle, so it's back to 22 points. Maggies have got to respond here. Here's Federico, and he goes right out wide. Now let's have a look. Hayden in a race here with Jack King. King, it's going to favour him. Picks it up now, Jack. Over the top he goes to Arch Gardner. Ball heading towards the chalk. And it goes out of bounds. So 12-7-79, plays 8-9-57 on the Border Carpets Wodonga scoreboard. Maggie's up, and in the final term, we've gone 13 for NZ.
And boys, just a quick one. A goal Josh Murphy just kicked was while Boards was off the ground. So he's kicked a couple when Boardingong has been off the ground.
So I reckon he's kicked 3 on boards, or maybe 4 and 1.
3 and 2, yeah.
3 and 2. Either way, Josh Murphy has certainly been North Albury's best player, Monty, 2 weeks in a row.
Yeah, absolutely, and he just shows his class time and time again. He doesn't have to have a massive day all day. It's just taking patches, and yeah, so far he's been the best player. 13
minutes gone for NZ Albury. 4th term for Mac Jack Sheds. Just a couple of stoppages and a bit of time off the clock the Magpies would love here. Good hand pass from Gardner. Duncan's hand pass was ordinary. We have another stoppage out there on the far wing. Bob Jackson, 40 winks. What's the stat line showing us in the 4th term for Mac Jack?
Big time, 12 inside 50s to 4 for North Albury. They're really getting good access to the footy inside their in danger area, and in turn, blokes like Murphy are getting shots on goal in danger spots and really putting some scoreboard pressure. We're looking at about 8 minutes of playing time left, I reckon, maybe 10 minutes of playing time left. So there's plenty of time to put some pressure on the old Lee Matthews theory.
Penny goes in for North Albury. Murphy, he couldn't quite take it. Well done by Grossman to Harrison Smart. And corralled in the pocket. Barrett, low kick coming out. Look at that. Pinpoint to Federico. So the Maggies in defence. 40 out from the Piers Street end. Dangerous kick. Gets it to Roberts. Now they want to come to the broadcast side. This is where they got the numbers. Batten takes it. Now Grossman wants it. Ryan goes back on the opposite back flank now. Still at the Piers Street end. And they send it up towards Jackson Clark. Cullen at the back, couldn't take it. Reynolds overran the footy. Jasper Craven taken by Hayes. A stoppage left of centre wing on the broadcast side.
Can't help but think Josh Murphy would love that mark opportunity again, Monty.
Yeah, he had 2 metres on Boardingong in the end, didn't he? So the one he would have loved all over again.
He would have run around and snapped that. That's his favourite kick in footy. Crelly been busy in this last quarter. Clearing hand pass. North Albury just try and surge the footy forward. Hayes wraps up Harry Smart. We'll have a stoppage inside the centre square. 15 minutes played for NZ. Margin at 22 points. It did blow out to 46 at one stage in the third quarter. In fact, the three-quarter time margin was 46. Hayes with a wobbly one. Murphy in a one-on-one. He's going to try and turn Boards out. Boards does well. Murphy fell over. And Michael brought in on pounce and got him holding the ball. A big one-on-one win for the Magpies.
Yeah, how many times has he done that in his career? There's King going after the footy. So the Hoppers turn it over. In close to Melbourne. Now he gets it out wide to Sharrock. Dan goes down the line to Laverty. So he's a long way from home, and he's got no Maggies for. Clark's in a one-on-one, in fact, with Cullen. But Xavier happy to chew a bit of time off the clock here. We've gone 16 in the final turn for NZ. 79 playing 57. Cullen gets the ball out of bounds, and we'll have a boundary throw in. Rightio, Bobby, give us your best. Final turn, 40 weeks.
Yeah, Julian Hayes has really been strong around the contest, and he's really responded by getting 4 disposals, and the disposals are going side 50, so they're the really important ones as well for the North Albury Hoppers, the captain.
Around the ground, some Mr. Stoves. Chilton 63 over Thaguna 49, almost three-quarter time there in the Tallangatta and District Footy League. Here's Penny, forward of the stoppage for North Albury. He's got Leighton Taylor at half forward, just dropped a really crucial mark. And then Grossman rebounds for the Magpies and sends it straight up the other end of the ground. Chris Knowles floats in and takes a nice mark for the Magpies, takes a little bit of time off the clock. That's 2 dropped opportunities from Murphy and also Leighton Taylor, which would have had North Albury going into attack. And we have a boundary throw and inside forward 50 for the Wang Magpies. 22 points to margin, 17 points, 17 minutes for NZ. Scott Montgomery for the Newmarket.
Yeah, just those 2 opportunities you touched on there, Panda, Leighton Taylor there. They would have gone back to Murphy if he had taken that mark, and then Murphy's one about 2 or 3 minutes ago, which could have potentially been 2 more goals on the board and really put the pressure on Wangaratta.
Gee, it's getting dark here. Hayden taken off by Flack. Bean went over it, goes again, does Max, stands up in the tackle, and he's held. So 35 to 40 out from the hospital ends. The Magpies played a wonderful game. So a late surge here from the Hoppers, but the time clock, their worst enemy. Arch Gardner thumps it out. Sharrock, left foot to Harrison Smart. Out the back they come. Roberts couldn't take it in. Harrison goes again. Sends it inside 50. Good, strong contest down there. Craven searches for it. McIntosh off to Broomhead. Tim searching for a green and gold Guernsey. He's happy to retreat. Now look at this kick.
What's happened? Something's happened off the ball, has it?
Yeah, player down. Now Penny plays on to Crelly. Hoppers out.
They are. Jack King has Jackson Wiedemann on his own running at half forward. He's got no one in front of him. He takes the mark. He snaps on goal. He does kick it. Extraordinary snap from Jackson Wiedemann. I'm not sure who the Wang Magpies defender was on the last line. I reckon it was Ryan Batten or Michael Boardington. Either way, clean bowled through for a goal.
Yeah, well, we don't say that time. That bounce through the legs nearly. That's unbelievable. But again, that ball movement, Broomhead took it on through the middle of the ground and was able to get the ball out this side, and then they get it inside 50. And Wiedemann was really brave to take him on. I think it was Grossman who was chasing him and then snapping around the corner. Good finish.
And Scotty, Xavier Laverty was down in back play. He was the man on the turf in the pocket at the opposite end.
Yeah, I think it happened in the Shepherd when Broomhead had the footy in the back pocket. So, yeah, he's up and moving again now.
Okay, so the Wang Magpies lead 79 to 63 over North Albury. We've gone 19 minutes exactly in the final term for NZ. Elimination final. No tomorrow for one of these 2 teams. Back in the middle, let's have a look. Look at Foster Gardner holding the ball. So the Magpies win it. Harrison Smart with a good tackle. So right in the heart, smack bang, at John Flower Oval. Goes short, picks off Gotchling. So the clock against the Hoppers. Maggies go in, Cullen, good mark. And they hold up and they've got possession.
Kick the last 6 goals, boys, North Albury.
They have the only 6 of this quarter. Cullen down the line. Reynolds paid the mark or a high. I reckon this is Darcy Cullen's best game of senior football. Flack goes by hand onto Winter. Has to move it on quick for North Albury. It's a high, ugly up and under. Murphy out the back. Not able to impact the contest. Archer Gardner, open goal. He's kicked it! Margin back to 10 points. 20 minutes gone for NZ. 6 final quarter goals in a row for North Albury. They trail by 46 points at three-quarter time. Monty for the Newmarket Hotel.
Yeah, how good was that again? Their ball movement has just lifted to another level in this quarter, North Albury. They've been 3 quarters, and it's all because of a few people, especially the middle. Archer Gardner, his liveliness around the ball has really set him up, and then he was the one that got on the end of that one, was able to finish beautifully.
I'm guessing 3 or 4 minutes. About the game's still well and truly alive here.
Absolutely it is, and as Panda touched on, Darcy Cullen, he's been big at half-back for North Albury today.
Where has this come from? So the Hoppers rising from the ashes in the elimination final. Gardner goes off the ground. That was Arch. Is Isaac Campbell going after it? Ryan Batten to meet him. Ball's gone out of bounds. Rightio, Bobby. We'll get our marks inside 50 for the game, thanks to 40 weeks.
For the game, you're looking at 13 for North Albury to 9 for Wangaratta Magpies.
Okay, so Josh Murphy's had a big say in that. As the boundary umpire swings it back into play. Wiedemann got a hand to it. Roberts, was he taken high? Yes, he was. So the Maggies to win it off half-back, and they shoot it out wide to Sharrock. Rigoni mans the mark. So 79 plays 69. It's a 10-point margin. The black and white army up on the Border Carpets Wodonga scoreboard.
Sharrock, how many for him, Bobby J?
For Sharrock is 23 for 40 winks.
Kicks long down the wing. Magpies have the numbers at ground level. Hoppers working hard to try and defend it, and they give away a hold free kick. And Federico, the Preston Prince, has it on the far wing. He's going to kick it inside forward 50. Cullen again. Gets out the back to Max Bean. He's shifty in these positions. Centres the ball, and it's marked in the goal square by the Wangaratta Magpies. And Fraser Ellis can take all of 30 seconds and put the result beyond doubt.
Yeah, how good was that? Maxi Bean on the boundary line was just really smart. Could have just stepped it over and thought we'll reset here, but saw that he had a loose man in the square, and just hard work from Fraser Ellis from this wing just to get down there loose in the square. So he should kick it from here.
Today would be nice.
Fraser Ellis has been okay today for the Wang Magpies. 22 minutes gone for NZ. Border Carpets Wodonga scoreboard reads 79 to 69. Getting plenty of advice is Fraser Ellis from the grandstand. He comes in here, should kick this, and he does. Wang Magpies look home now. Margin at 16 points, makes it hard, 85 to 69. Bobby Jackson for 40 winks.
After a run of 6 goals for North Albury, Wangaratta Magpies made had the response in Fraser Ellis. You know, when it's all out attack one way, North Albury sometimes forget about the defensive side of things, and Fraser Ellis just floated down the back, the fat side of the ground, and found his own bit of space. And Maxi Bean, who's only had a few touches today, but gee whiz, they've all been important, and that one was no more important than that kick there.
Yeah, so have they closed it out? That's the question. It's going to be mighty hard for the Hoppers from here. Back in the middle. So not long to go in the elimination final. Must say, didn't see that coming at all. The late surge from the Hoppers. Here's Knowles to Clark, and he goes forward with a tumbling ball. It's marked by Xavier Laverty.
How good was that centre clearance? We've spoken about it all day. The clearance work from the Magpies, which has really got away from him in this last quarter. That was fantastic. Just get on the boot, and Xavier Laverty's gone a little bit quiet in this last quarter, but he stood up big and strong there and took a really good grab.
So the margin at 10 points is to get it out to 16.
Scoreboard's
16,
wrong.
yeah,
It's
it's
actually
16.
16.
It's actually
Yep.
16 now. So this would take it to a 22-point lead and a 4-goal margin. Xavier Laverty, and you reckon that'll be it. The curtain will come down here at John Flower Oval, Martin Park, and Xavier Laverty making his way over to the crowd to let them know all about it.
That's Xavier Laverty's 4th goal for today. He's kicked 1 in each of the quarters. He's been always a little bit dangerous whenever the ball comes inside forward 50, and there's no difference. There was a fantastic centre clearance by Big Knowlesy. There was a lot of expectation on him to have a big game today, and his clearance work's been outstanding today.
Margin back out to 22 points. The scoreboard's wrong here at Martin Park. It's 69 to 91 for Border Carpets Wodonga. 24 minutes played for NZ. So 6 in a row for the Hoppers have been answered by 2 in a row. And the game iced by the Wangaratta Magpies. If you're just joining us, margin was 46 points at three-quarter time. Now it is 22 points in favour of the Wang Magpies, who move through to next Sunday's first semi-final. They'll take on the Lavington Panthers. And for the North Albury Hoppers, it's season done in 2025. A professional win by the Wang Magpies, 14-7-91 to North Albury, 10-9-69.
Yeah, so they get the points. So not without a scare, I should say, but the Wang Magpies survive in season 2025. So we'll go down to ground level very shortly. Scott Montgomery will pluck out our Anytime Fitness Player of the Day. Bobby Jackson also on the turf here at John Flower Oval, but it was a lead that they set up early. They got out to a massive break, as Blake Escott said, 46 points at one stage. And, well, they rallied the Hoppers late, but all too late to no avail, and it's been a black and white too good this afternoon over the green and gold.
Well said, Lukey Francis for McRae Motors. So our two games next week see the Wang Rovers take on the Myrtleford Alpine Saints, and the Lavington Panthers take on the Wangaratta Magpies. The two semi-finals are ready to rock and roll next weekend, and the first team eliminated from the 2025 final series is the North Albury Hoppers. They gave it their all in the last quarter after trailing by 46 points at three-quarter time thanks to a barrel after the siren for Max Behan. They kicked 6 goals to 2 in the last quarter, got the margin back to 10 points, and we thought, oh dear. But a goal from Ellis and a goal from Laverty put the result beyond doubt. And the Wang Magpies were the better side for the full 4 quarters, apart from maybe the 18-minute patch in the last quarter, Luke Francis.
Yeah, couldn't agree more, Peter. That's exactly right. So they were flat all day, the Hoppers. They weren't themselves at all, but they found something, and thank goodness for that, because they made a run of it or a go of it in the final term. But as we said, the clock was against them. The Magpies had the upper hand. Rightio, we'll go down to ground level and catch up with Scotty Montgomery.
Yeah, boys, Anytime Fitness Player of the Day. Got Tyler Norton, mate. How good is that? What a win that is. A bit nervy in that last quarter. They come home hard, but you boys were able to stand up and get a really good win.
Yeah, definitely. They're a good side. Like, we knew they were going to fire a shot, but yeah, no, our first 3 quarters were unreal. That's like one of the best 3 quarters of footy we played. We just need to get that fourth quarter down pat, and that was a good win.
And your midfield group, mate, you just really turned it on. Big Knowles, he set the tone early, and then you blokes around there at ground level really got it going forward to your forwards and got a really nice score on the board in the first 3 quarters.
Yeah, 100%. We've got that. We're starting to get that synergy going. It's taken us a little bit, but the boys have been doing really well with just like the different number of blokes coming through the midfield. It's been really good. So
And you just get the biggest tasks every week, mate. Broomhead today, you did a really good job on him and really set you guys up by stopping his influence.
Yeah, definitely. It's just, I guess that's a bit of my defensive background. Just different role this year coming into the midfield. It's good learning off like good type of players like Broomy and that. So it's just a bit of a learning task for me.
Well, mate, you got Lavington next week. All the best with that one, and hopefully you go well.
Yes, thank you.
Tyler Norton, our Anytime Fitness Player of the Day. Hopefully we got a photo. Did we get a photo, Bobby?
Yeah.
There we go. We did indeed. I'm blind. So the Wang Magpies shot out to a 46-point lead at three-quarter time. They kicked 5 goals to nothing in the second quarter. That's what really set this game up to lead by 40 points at half-time, 46 at three-quarter time, and they finished 22-point winners after a big late surge from the North Albury Hoppers.
What was it, Peter? Why were they so flat in the first half? I mean, that was the football we've seen them play all year, what they gave us here in that surge in the final term, but I don't know what was happening in the first half with the Hoppers.
First question from you to Lukey to Timmy Broomhead, I reckon. Luke Francis, why was that side so good in 20 minutes of football but so poor for 110 minutes of the other? As the Wang Magpies head into the rooms, they'll sing the song loud and proud. I love playing the music over the loudspeakers here at Martin Park, don't they?
Yeah, Bob Jackson's not a fan too.
No, he's not. He's a traditionalist.
He's a purist.
Yeah, I am a purist, and I don't mind him playing music every now and then, but it's got to be the right one. That's not
True Colours. You're not a True Colours Cyndi Lauper fan?
Cyndi Lauper's not inspiring me to want to come back and play finals footy next week.
Bobby, what would you go for? I reckon I know what you go for. At this time of the year, you go old school and you go for ain't no second prize Jimmy Barnes.
Yeah, I was going to go an Australian act. I was going to go In Excess or Cold Chisel or something like Farnsey or the Divinals. I didn't mind the Divinals.
Did you?
Chrissy Amphlett.
She was brilliant, Chrissy Amphlett.
So we're hopefully going to get the song in the Wang Magpies rooms. We're in the rooms. They're having a little chatter. Here they go. Magpies, classy victors over the North Albury Hoppers today, 91-69 here at Martin Park on O&M Live, Edge FM and 2OI. Stay with us, our post-game show for the Clubhouse Bar and Bistro on the other side of this. The Magpies will take on the Panthers next week. The Rovers will take on Myrtleford. For North Albury, it's season over in 2025. It's O&M Live, and on O&M Live, you won't miss a thing.
Adroit Insurance and Risk, your local insurance advisor. Able to tailor insurance programs to support your business.
And we're proud to support our local community.
I reckon I'll go mid.
Carlton Dry 3.5. Embrace the mid.
What's your future look like? Where do you want to be? Whatever it looks like, with GoTAFE, you've got this. Get real skills for real jobs and careers right now. Search GoTAFE today.
The new Nissan Navara has landed at McRae Nissan with a tougher, more rugged design, Nissan intelligent mobility, advanced off-road capabilities, and a host of on-road refinement. Test drive one today at McRae Nissan.
The Ovens and Murray Football League is proudly sponsored by Opal. Thinking packaging? Discover Opal.
With Optus Home Internet, you get more yes, which means less family screen time and more harmony with powerful Wi-Fi. Get the Ultra Wi-Fi modem at no extra cost.
Welcome to Sundancer Homes. We make building your dream home exciting and stress-free. Backed by over 30 years of experience, one of many reasons why we provide a lifetime structural guarantee. Visit our information centre at Dean Street, Albury.
This goes out to all the runners, the racers, the chasers, out of the box, and primed for the show. On your marks, get set. Running too late. Being first out the gate. Get the fit you need. The athlete's foot. Fit for every run.
Every day we look after our family first. We go on adventures, we entertain with them, we care for them. Tobin Brothers Funerals will look after your family too. With a fixed price funeral plan, you can be assured your family won't be burdened by the cost of your funeral. Tobin Brothers are a trusted name since 1934 and take pride in creating funeral solutions. Tobin Brothers Funerals, Wodonga and Corowa, celebrating life.
On 2AY.
Post-game show for the Clubhouse Bar and Bistro.